Alright. It is just about time. Hello. Hi, Hallow. Here, let me post that I'm streaming. I still have to do that. Livy post. Cool. Great. Stream. Hi. How's it? Good? Ah. Load game. Campagni. This game has 3 acts. I accidentally bum rushed the first one. The second one is almost done, and then there's just the third one, which is the final one. I'm curious how it'll go, because I think I can get it done today, honestly. To my massive naval invasion force on the map. But let me see, I'm sure there's stuff to do at the bridge.
What are my colleagues in such an uproar for? Surely they must realize that with equality comes responsibility. Is a tax increase to put them on a par with lizards and dwarves really such a steep price to pay for the position my constitution lifts them up to? Short-sighted creatures, the lot of them.
So they're angry because the equality thing comes with tax.
Commander, despite the imp's frivolous nature, they are surprisingly strict and severe.
Okay, there's 2 different issues going on at once.
In fact, they don't shy away from corporal punishment, with amazing
Yeah, they're
results
imps.
to show for it. Everybody knows they have the best and brightest students. Therefore, let's make this a nationwide practice, I say. Give every teacher a cat of 7 tails, one for each of the gods.
Oh god. And what does everyone else have to say about this?
What better way to motivate a student than to beat him within an inch of his life?
It's pretty motivating.
Once more, Yorick herds us all along the tranquil path to enlightenment. Stupid skeletal sadist.
Well, I mean, the imp started it.
If Yorick thinks I'll support his bid to have our children whipped by teachers, he has another thing coming. It'll take you a good long time to catch a dumb dwarf, thank you very much. And if a pupil is being unruly, a good tongue lashing should suffice to set him straight.
A fucking what?
If the imps have to resort to corporal punishment to establish a bit of the
Okay, so we got the majority in favor of no corporal, they say it weird, punishment.
What can I say, Commander? We imps are the best and the brightest indeed.
I mean,
Because
true.
we're born as an unruly and undisciplined lot, we have to use force for our own good. Pleasant to know, though, the undead think we set a good example.
Well, I guess I have to pick one or the other, so I'll pick no. Because the majority. Also, it pulls up the lizards, who are currently the least in favor of me, but it'll push down the undead, who will then kind of replace them. But elves and dwarves should go up, which is good for balancing. So let's go with, no corporal punishment.
Discipline is one of the fundamental virtues as dictated by the 7, Commander, and it is to be found along the length of a cane. By denying us the use of the whip, you deny us discipline and saddle us with another generation of dullards.
I mean, look, if I had decided nothing, you would have gotten the same thing.
Ease my mind, Commander.
So,
Teachers should impart wisdom, not brandish the whip.
Very good, Commander. Besides, any dwarf who doesn't show diligence in economy class sees his savings sink on the stock market, and that hurts him more than any whip could.
true.
Reason saves the day. For if a tutor is no more than a thug, a teacher he can never be.
Say that to the Sith.
If you don't adopt our methods, that's just bad news for the others. But it's a bit insulting you disapprove of our whipping ways. No pain, no gain, Commander. And you've gained so much from us imps.
That's true, but it's like, I can't pick to just let you be, sadly. So, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Oh, my prophetic soul, Commander. Let them sign 1,000 declarations of unity and equality. Each one of them rips open new wounds and makes old ones bleed. No sooner was Prospera's draft turned into law that the true ramifications of her constitution became clear, and all those base-born councillors fought like starved hyenas for a hunk of meat. Delightful to look upon. Truly heartwarming. To be proven right. It has long been a given to me, but never do I quite tire of it. Such is the satisfaction of superiority, Commander. I hope you enjoy it too, once in a while, when the stars are right.
Yeah?
Dear me, I haven't slept a wink, Commander. What a ruckus these counselors were making all through the night. Roaring dwarfs, squeaking imps. 'Twas like an orcish sing-along ceremony in there. Why is it that talk of morality always ends up in mayhem? Ethics in bedlam. Let them decide
What is
the color
bedlam?
of curtains in town halls, or what type of pie should be served during what festival. Takes them just as long, but doesn't get them quite so riled up.
Uproar, confusion. Got it.
I'd like to nail Prosperous Split Tongue to a rocket and set it aimed for a bent-over bog giant. Sign, she said. You'll be respected like dwarfs, she said. Well, now we have to pay like dwarves too, and that certainly doesn't make me feel special. Equality? Pish posh. An imp's better than a lizard anyway, and always has been.
Whew.
Yes, Kim.
Alright. Anyway.
My studies.
Have some research. Where do we put it? I feel like I have enough dragon things for now. Maybe more research. Imp Bunker Buster. Capable of dealing damage anywhere on the map. Wait, what? From a juggernaut. Holy shit. Anywhere on the map. That sounds really cool. Hell yeah, I'll give that to the jugs. And warlocks transform enemies into beetles. Sure. Alright, back to the bridge. Let's go. Alright, there's a lot of stuff to oversee here. We're gonna run into some stuff on the way, but Yellow, you're next. I don't know how we'll quite do all of this, but jugs, ironclads, fighters. Alright. We have this extra stuff here that I'm just not really gonna concern myself with. Because I don't think I need to. I feel like I could use some naval escort for these guys too, honestly, but hard to say. Not sure where we'd really pull it from, so. Holy shit. You can get kind of far, huh? You connect to that directly? Oh, you do, that's why. This could be a direct invasion from here, actually. So let's get everybody moving over to this island. We'll be safe over there until we try to cross this. But I can throw my fighters out there. Try to make up for that. I have 5 fighters here. We have a 6th one incoming. Here, fighters. Bombers wouldn't really be needed. They don't have any ships for me to really worry about. There's just fighters there to kind of clear the way. And another fighter is here defending. I could buy some more ships for over here, maybe? To kind of combine into the bigger navy, maybe? Maybe an ironclad and 2 jugs or something? Can only build 3 things here anyway. 2 jugs and an ironclad. It's not amazing, but it'll do. We'll build that up, and I don't think there's much need to build much more on this map. Like, I think we're, like, guaranteed just winning anyway. Look at all these merc cards we have. It's a lot. There's not a huge need to build much else. And I have every good gold mine built that I can feasibly build. Maybe, depending how you look at it. Yeah, there's already a gold mine here. I wouldn't necessarily have a gold mine here, but you know, it's there and it's better than nothing. I guess a gold mine over here wouldn't be terrible. But those are quite expensive now, so I can't really even afford it. So I guess we're just going to save the rest of this money. I do want to save a couple hundred money by the end anyway, because I think it carries over into Act 3. And so with that in mind, let us save Campagni. And I think that's all we're going to be doing this turn. Because we're just going to navally invade this place. We're starting the siege over here. We'll see how that works. And for now, we just end turn, I believe. Ooh, green's attacking me. Green actually went ahead and attacked me. And potentially in force. They're also attacking yellow at the same time. I knew it was coming eventually. Our chance to win is not very high. They sent a lot of stuff over there. My defenses are not prepared. So we're all fighting. So this is me attacking yellow Zeppelins with my fighters. Imperial Army can auto-resolve that. And we win. What a surprise. No losses. Alright. Now, a pretty decent yellow army versus a green army. At least of light units. Decent losses for both of them, but mostly for yellow. Green winning that fight. It's funny, I'm going to take out yellow. Green's probably the bigger threat anyway. And now this. Okay, so I ran into one of their transports. Just let Imperial Army auto-resolve that. Easy. This is what concerns me. I don't have enough defenses here. Even with some entrenchment, it's only on like the troopers. So we have a bunch of troopers, some hunters, imp fighters, but they sent grenadiers, 6 devastators, 5 armors, and 8 hunters. I see why this would be maybe a little crazy to try to take care of. Try to play like all my worst cards again. It's not perfect, but it's better. Scarlet would do the best if I pay her. 2% from that. What about this? That's a lot more than 2%. Might go for some bigger buffs in some places. We really could use those grenadiers. 61 is better. It's 2% from this one. Woo! It's a lot more than 2%. Up to 66. 65. 69, if I put all these imp fighter mercs there. Those devastators are worth quite a bit. And these zeppelins are worth 5%. The jug is worth more. I'll give it the jug. 71% have Scarlet auto-resolve it. And I'll try to rapidly rebuild my defenses here after, because if we win, guess we'll see. I'm not going to fight this one. We have a lot of mercs in on this. The Juggernaut's already doing amazing. If we get lucky, it'll be mostly just mercs that are dying anyway. This is why I have all the taverns. To just pull out things like this. Dude, like the Juggernaut alone is slaughtering basically everything. Look at that. Losing some non-merc troopers, but troopers are meh anyway. Okay, yeah, dude, we won. We're losing some troopers on the way out, but again, troopers meh. Okay, so we won that. Lost 7 troopers. That's not bad for what we killed. But I'm gonna need to build up defenses here, because green is getting aggressive. Teachers to spare the rod. Emperor wants to keep the people dumb. Today we are all equals, announces proud Prospera. Celebration ceremony ends in vicious fistfight. The brutal clash of war and modern civilization. A report is ongoing investigation on genocide. Great. Imps and dwarves are tied for 70%. Thankfully, we got some imp fighters and warlock mercs. Good, we need more mercs now. Research points decreased by 2%, but motivation up due to my decision. Yeah.
Trouble
My research keeps getting penalized.
Will I never have a moment's peace? First, Lohana betrays her own kind, and now the dwarves are causing a drought that will wipe the famed but elusive speckled jackal from the face of the earth. Oh, if you could ease my mind somehow, I'd be eternally grateful, Commander.
Oh boy. To the bar.
Commander, I told you the elves were full of it. Our techno-veg saved the day. And if any of those refugees perished, it's because of wounds, disease, or shock. But certainly not malnutrition. Good news all round.
I guess so.
Ah, Commander, I wanted to tell you, we dwarves have finished building the great dam that ensures water supplies to our water mills in the steelworks of Rio.
Oh god.
Soon, warship production there will run at full capacity.
Oh dear.
You fight.
Try it.
Okay.
What? Oh, it's you, my sweet. I'm sorry, I was miles away, thinking of that refugee camp. I visited the place, you know. Am I ever glad I followed my heart and let the imps grow their miracle vegetables? So many lives were saved, and the bad effects the elves were afraid of, there simply haven't been any.
Really?
Even so, Oberon, and by extension many an elf, was livid when I declined to join the protest.
You would have died
And I
if you
feel it would
did.
be prudent to show my people that I'm still on their side. To that effect, I have my eye on the dwarves, and a dirty trick they're playing on a defenseless stretch of wildlife.
The dam.
They constructed a dam so as to provide water for a massive warship factory. And of course, they didn't think twice about the famed speckled jackal, a beautiful creature that is now threatened with extinction.
Oh, it's an animal? I thought it was a
I want
lake.
to show the dwarves that this is unacceptable. I want that dam destroyed.
Okay, this one. I wish I knew the effects of this one. Wishes my commands. We can't sacrifice an entire species for the sake of a few warships. Send rogue imps to make sure there's TNT in their backpacks. That should do the trick. I'm afraid the dam is a catalyst of an economic success story without parallel. Power, riches, employment, where you sacrifice it all for the sake of a pack of wild dogs. Why can't there be an in-the-middle option, man? Like, why can't there be an in-the-middle option? I'm gonna take the dam, because I think it'll buff up my warship production, which is very useful. I don't know what some dogs can do, like population motivation, make the elves happy. This just sounds better.
Yes, there's a principle at stake. What good is winning the war if we leave nothing but a barren wasteland behind us? Grant you, simply destroying the dam might have been a rash request, but I feel I must do something. Ugh. Let me think on it a while.
Sorry, I need the dam. It sounds like it will be very useful, so gonna have to disappoint you there, Mrs. Alright, what else? Shaman Charm sounds nice. Yeah, Shaman Charm sounds pretty nice. Also, Bomber Balloon sounds pretty nice. I'm gonna, you know what, let me spend a little bit more on my dragon, because especially when we go to the next map, I feel like I might need my dragon to be as ready as possible. And I think Aura of Annihilation could be useful. All enemy units, sabotage disables their primary functionality. Interesting. Paralyzed with fear for 13 seconds. I don't really know the distances in this game, but Aura of Annihilation sounds useful. I'll get Aura of Annihilation researched. That's a pretty full hotbar as is. 10 more research points. We can get Grenadier Chemical Warfare. I think that might help in the auto-resolve as well. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's see. So, every single Transport must land for the offensive. I think that's all of them. I don't know, there's just so damn many. I think that's all of them. I wish there was a better way to manage this. These big naval invasions can be a little clunky. Okay. 53% chance to win. Move the fighters down. Move the bombers down. That'll help quite a bit. They do still have 24 troopers, 9 hunters, 7 grenadiers. Whew. Maybe a couple more taverns where we could fit them would be nice for more mercs, honestly. Or even gold mines. There is still a massive enemy to repel. And though we have really hurt them, there's a need for more. So let's see. Let's build 2 armors here. They only have the 1 fighter, 3 troopers, 2 hunters. Put a devastator here. It's all they can build there in 1 turn, so... I'll move these 2 hunters over to buff them up as well. And build 2 more in the rear. Okay. So big naval invasion, 67% chance to win off out of the gate before any cards are played. We do have some cards we can use. The jugs can't quite make it there immediately, sadly. They're not close enough. But they'll head in that direction anyway. Any losses can be kind of replaced. These troops can kind of just head south and take this, because we're going to have to probably flood south after this anyway, so... 4 armors. Why the hell is that your path? It's so weird. You're going to get caught up in a different fight. 4 armors, 2 grenadiers, 3 troopers, 1 fighter, 2 devastators, and 2 hunters. Move these 2 hunters over here as a protection. Purchase 2 more hunters in the rear. Just leaving 2 hunters is my usual defense. A lot of purchasing this time. A lot of purchasing. This is still, the odds to win this are still not as good as I'd really want them, but we're better prepared than we've ever been. The besieging of this has started as well. I'm hoping to just kind of get everything at once to go for the final capital when the time comes. Hi Elaine, how's it going? I also don't really need to attack this though, thinking about it, because like... if I do take this, then this would just fall anyway, but... I want to... there's not a lot defending it, and I'd rather be up against the front here. Prepared to push down even further. Hell, with the way the rest of this is, I don't even know if we need the naval stuff, but I'll probably still use the naval stuff. Good, that's good. This is tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky, tricky. We might need replacement transports by the end of this as well. I don't really know. I know I'll just leave these troopers here. I'll send these 2 transports out in a way. Maybe we'll need them, maybe we won't. There's nothing naval that can really threaten them that's deployed anyway. Yeah, no. So we're good on that front. I purchased a lot. We still have some leftover money, which we do want to keep some leftover money. Save over Campagni, and let's proceed to the next turn, shall we? I think we shall. Maybe. Maybe. Hold on, wait. Let me add another fighter back here. Okay, now we go. Oh, great. 3-way fight. Lovely. They're rebuilding. It's gonna come down to just me versus green if we are successful here today. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna intercept some transports with my navy. That's good. Transports don't stand a chance. They're putting everything at their capital, of course. I'm just gonna take every army I've built, every big collection of units, and we're just gonna throw it all over there at once is what we're gonna end up doing. I might need to make like a secondary navy over here anyway. We'll see. There's a lot of fights. So this one's like the least important one. I can just look at this. Look at how like easy this is. Yeah, so it's a three-way fight, but we're just gonna slaughter them. So Imperial Army can auto-resolve this. Ha! So yellow killed a green unit, and then I killed the rest of every unit. No losses on my side. Nice. I'd love to see those three-way fights actually on the map. It would be interesting. Alright, so they're deploying some mercenary cards. A lot of mercenary cards. 3 mercenary cards, and some of them are a little wild. Scarlet's no good here. Edmund right now is the best odds. I'll use some mercs as well. We'll get more by the time I need more. Warlock mercenaries, that's worth 3%. I've already used a lot of my better ones on an earlier fight. Transport mercs are not worth a whole lot. Shaman mercs, I don't need it to be worth a whole lot. I just need to raise that number. Alright, so it's either the Ironclads, which will add 3, or the Imp Fighters, which will add 4. And then I'm basically out of merc cards altogether. Or I could just leave it at this. But this is my main attack force, so I'd like to buff that up, ideally. Let's go with the Imp Fighters to try to protect my other Imp Fighters already present. And Edmund is still the best for this, so we'll pay Edmund. Ready up. I don't want to try to fight this. Because this is going to be like the last time where we mostly lost light troops. We're already slaughtering pretty easily. Oh yeah. And most of what we're losing right now is just warlocks. For some reason, the warlocks always die first. Like, just the light troops in general. Yeah, warlocks and shamans. Alright. Well, yeah, they're getting slaughtered. There's no way they win this. No way. This is good. It should be a quick rebuild, then. We're gonna need to rebuild all 5 shamans. We just lost all of them. I'm sure we'll lose the warlocks too. Damn, transports are doing work. Woo! And we did not lose every warlock. 4 warlocks, 5 shamans. According to this, 3 warlocks. I don't believe that. That's not how the math looked. Publishing fall down, cleaning. I hope, yeah. And we won. They had no leftover gold. They spent it all. So we didn't loot very much. And now over here, I can only pick Imperial Army or me for this one, but we're going to win this no matter what. So auto-resolve. The more I play through this game, the more auto-resolving I'm doing. It's very much reminding me of Total War. Alright. Dragon Emperor condemns Speckled Jackal to death. Money outmatches mercy. Brutal clash of war among civilization. A report... Okay, I've already read that. Chief chirps, I ordered my men to stay within spitting distance of the Emperor. We wonder why. Dwarves are really happy with me. They're the happiest. Crippling roar, I don't like that. Juggernaut mercenaries, that'll help.
Commander, I intend to propose legislation later today that will make it possible for gay couples to be married. I know I'll get some pretty stiff opposition from Falstaff and especially Yorick, so I'm hoping I can count on your support. Sir Falstaff raises some proper concerns about family values and the likes, but that holier-than-thou collection of bones will prattle on and on about gods and such nonsense. Nothing we can't handle.
So, Oberon is putting poof nuptials back on the agenda, is he? When will those blasted elves realize marriage is about procreation, not pleasure or passion? Can't these queers be happy with what they have? Used to shoot them on sight barely a century ago.
But what does the majority want? That's what I want to know.
Commander, could you spare me a moment? Now, I know I'm a general and politics isn't my field of expertise, but I was hoping you'd support Oberon in his attempts to allow marriage for people of the same sex. It's a pet peeve of mine, you see. Live and let live, I say. Why do others get to decide?
Oberon is somewhere, probably sleeping or something, or playing a game.
So much hypocrisy would be exposed for what it is, you know.
Oh, is this not a council thing?
Gecko, for instance. Everybody knows he's gay, but he was forced to marry a duke's
Gecko.
daughter. 2 lives made miserable.
What are the effects of this? I know this one. I know I could see the effects of this one yesterday. I glanced at it, but I didn't actually look too deep into it. Where's my big effects list from yesterday? I'll find it. Divinity. Alright, here it is. I know this one was defined. Let's see. It's a popularity vote. Yeah, note, this looks more like a policy choice to me, but it's not done in the throne room, so... Right? It sounded like a policy choice. Okay, so... Ooh. So if you say yes, the elves will be happy, but you'll lose dwarf and undead support. If you say no, dwarves and undead will be happy, but elves will be unhappy. Alright, well I'm gonna have to go with the majority on that one. Especially undead are the least happy with me right now. Elves have some wiggle room. Give me that one.
You sound exactly like Falstaff, do you know that? Talking big about holy bonds, but having affairs left and right. Yeah, that's what that lot does, and don't you deny it. Why can't you see that you're just perpetuating a load of old rubbish that makes many people terribly unhappy?
Well, you see, the stat sheet said that I'd lose 5% with elves, but gain 5 with undead and dwarves. And this would actually unlock a special event for the dwarves. So... I don't know what you expect.
7 wither Oberon's tongue for uttering such perversions. He and his depraved ilk would allow men and women to
That's some nice looking beer in the background.
Gender. How base, how vile can one become?
Bro, you're undead.
God save us from this debauchery.
Another battle.
Triumph.
Alright.
Praise.
Let's do some normal research. But for what? Hovering Mind sounds nice, and maybe Armor Mines, or Shaman Paralysis. Shaman Paralysis, yep. And back to the big map. Okay, let's... try to get all these transports out of the way. Alright. So we didn't lose any armors to worry about. Oh god. Oh, this organization could really use some work. So there's all my armors. Here's all my hunters. Here's some devastators. Very soon, we'll just lose all of these anyway. Every single one of these. So I have the 1 warlock, and that's all that really remained of the light units. 4 warlocks. 5 shamans. Let's buy that. Can only fit 1 other thing here right now. We got 2 jugs. And an ironclad that we can move in. Maybe make another little navy. I don't know. I don't know how much of that's really needed at the end of the day. I'm thinking also more Air Force, but... maybe another bomber. I also need to leave something to defend this place. That could be handled next turn. Just add another bomber to the pile. And then... so now it's just me and green. So let's see here. 2 hunters, 2 devastators, fighter, 3 troopers, 4 armors, 2 grenadiers. Okay, and you can move over there, so I'll move you over here. There's quite a bit they have right here to be concerned about. I'm gonna go with this naval invasion idea again, because this is just, you know, how we're doing pretty well. Hopefully they don't, like, invade up this way while we're all in the transports, but we have a lot of stuff over there. I don't know if it matters, though. Hunters will buy 2 more of, and maybe another imp fighter, I think, would be potentially useful. Looks like we have an extra fighter over here now. Our blockade here is progressing. They have a lot of transports right now. Forget if I forgot to move these or not, but we're moving them now. Don't know what they'll really be good for. We didn't lose any transports. Alright, and then on the front here, we have some extra hunters. We'll have 2 fighters. I can purchase a bomber here, and let's say a zeppelin. And a shaman. Just to make this a little bit more defensible. This army doesn't really need more. We're just kind of getting this capital underway and defended while pushing forward as we can. I don't know if this is necessarily quite a lot. I'm tempted to, like, leave some stuff behind, honestly. Like, say, put 4 hunters here, and then, like, move this one up, and then just replace this next turn. I've used most of my money when I want to be saving money, but it's fine. We have a lot of conquests still remaining. Let's save on Campagny. And end turn, I'd say. Okay, they're moving a lot right here. This could be interesting. A lot of troops loading up onto transports. Some of them coming out to us, others going there. Any coming out to our navy will die. They're building a lot of units on this front. This front only matters so much, though. Why is there a fight here? Oh, because yellow still has a bomber balloon somewhere? How are they even still functioning? I don't know, but that yellow bomber balloon is as good as dead. Yep. Well, yellow's officially eradicated. I think it's like one more turn before they're officially eradicated. Imperial Army, auto-resolve. And that's 2 dead enemy transports, hopefully with stuff on them. And now, they came to me with some stuff, but somehow we own it and we have a bonus from entrenchment. I don't know how that happened, but now I can just Imperial Army auto-resolve it. That's great. I don't know how it ended up like that, but that's really good of a result for me. Easy. Easy peasy, no problem. General Scarlet doesn't get her way, throws a tantrum, crashes in fighter after drinking all the hard liquor in Raven Bar. Emperor's leading a double life. Is he really? Alright, undead, lizards, and elves are tied. We got another Jug Merc from Scarlet. It's funny, that actually helped me. And more mercs in general, that's very good. Thank you.
Excellent, Commander.
Alright, there goes the second sibling.
I realize I may seem like a cynical old sorcerer when I receive the news of one of your siblings' deaths with such relish. But if it hastens our progress to peace, may one fall neath your blade every day.
There's only one more, and then we go to the next map.
Once more, the insidious minds of dwarf and undead conspired against us. Or was it just you, Commander, who in his heart of hearts could not allow 2 men or 2 women to vow eternal loyalty to one another? What about their heart of hearts? Don't they count?
No, only the stats count.
Good show, Commander. You told them queers what's what. Let them have their unappetizing pleasures if they want, but by golly, they'll leave the sanctity of marriage well alone.
Okay. Throne room.
Commander, we really need to act on the misuse of necromantic magic.
Oh dear.
Only last week, some dunderhead slipped up during an incantation, and now 5 generations of skeletal elves are demanding their homes and hearths back from their own living descendants.
What?
Enough is enough.
That's a little crazy, yeah.
Sir Falstaff and I are in agreement, Commander. Quite unnerving to have an undead woman knocking on the door claiming she's your great-great-great-grandmother, and could she please have her old room back?
Yeah.
Or so I'm told.
7 strike that rotten dwarf. Necromancy is an art, and its practice should be encouraged, not muzzled.
Mishaps like these happen all too frequently, and more often than not, crazed necromancers are causing them. They are the least responsible of all wizards, hunted even by the elves, and we should ensure they are put under strict observation by other, more responsible sorcerers.
What Falstaff calls misuse, we imps call creative experimentation.
Okay.
Science is basically a series of accidents that sometimes leads to a nice little novelty. So let them incant away, those necromancers. No harm in trying.
I mean, 3 of you don't want the necromancy. The ones that are gonna get pissed off are the imps and the undead. Undead's a shame. Imps I have a lot of leeway with. Dwarves will finally get to 85% ideally. Curtail, yes.
Excellent. When a fellow kicks the bucket, you hold the wake, bury him deep, and honor his memory. Mucking about with his corpse is not on that list.
May the 7 strike you too, Commander. Death is not an end, but a beginning. And thanks to you, more will be kept in the grave than could walk anew. You murder them in death.
Ah, shut up.
Glad you agree, Commander. Death is part of nature's cycle, and therefore to be undead is to be unnatural. Try and convince my great-great-great-grandmother of that logic, though.
Excellent.
Good. The least we can do is to demand the written consent of bereaved relatives before processes of resurrection can be initiated on deceased persons. A matter of common courtesy, surely.
I mean, yeah, that actually sounds pretty smart.
Bah! You're only hampering important research, Commander. We'd kill to bring the great Costard Thundervat back to life, but no necromancer has been able to puzzle him back together as yet. They need the practice.
Oh boy. Most of the time I just go with the majority ruling.
I can't believe you went ahead and shot down Oberon's proposal, Commander. How can you allow the cold letter of the law to stand between 2 lovers? How can you allow people to be stigmatized, unequal in the eyes of the government? It's insulting. It sequesters the soul.
Bruh. Stats, though.
God's grace the ground you walk upon, Commander, for you have averted a catastrophe of corruption. Reared a dam against a wave of moral putrescence. May the reprobates that writhe in counternatural ecstasy squirm in the fires of their own infernal folly.
Oh boy.
What a splendid...
Triumph.
Oh boy.
Step.
Alright. Research. Let's go with Shaman Charm. And let's finish up the advanced unit research, I guess. We've almost finished all the research, bro. And we're not even on the 3rd map. And I'm way earlier in the turns than some others that I've seen playing this game. Alright, well this one right here is maybe a touch concerning. I'm not quite sure how we'll deal with this exactly. But I do know the ships need to get sailing. So, Shaman... Fuck. And now, Warlocks. I'm missing one somehow. How am I missing one? Okay. I don't understand. 1 warlock, 1 shaman, 2 shaman, 3 shaman, 4 shaman, 5 shaman, 2 warlock, 3 warlock, 4 warlock. Bro, what? I'm like missing a transport. What am I missing? Okay, that's the Devastator one. Hunter, 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 Hunter. Tank, tank. 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 Oh, I forgot a transport up here. Oh shit, you see, I told you, it's so difficult with this. What's in this one? A warlock. Okay, well I have an extra warlock now, apparently. So that's what, that's that, pretty much. You guys will invade this. Whoa, you don't need to go that way. You go there, you go there. That's a defense. 2 hunters here for any replacements. All right. Jugs, ironclad. I guess the warlock can go down here as well. Fighters. Oh, what are you doing? Fighters, bombers, transport, 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 transport. You see, it's so hard to keep track of everything. Now I have this one transport that's just like a little off on its own. But it's coming. I don't know if it'll get there in time. Oh, no, it will. 2 more turns anyway until these guys are kind of barricaded down. You need a bit of a defense. Let's do 2 hunters, 2 armors, and an imp fighter. I think that's what I have in all the other capitals. This is the most frontline one, but I don't think it's really in any danger at the end of the day. And we do, again, need to start saving up money. We're just going to hit this capital with, like, everything, man. Everything. When the time comes. Shortly. I don't really care about this wizard tower. Sell this building. Yeah. I also don't care about this war factory, so sell this. It's not worth a lot when you sell them. It just doesn't matter to me. This makes a ton of money, man. I could build a gold mine here, but I don't know. Like, it would pay it off. It would take 2.5 turns for that to really pay itself off. And, you know, 1 to unify, and then 2 for the invasion, maybe 3 after that. I don't know if it'll really be worth it at this point. Because that's really how much longer we have here. That's how much longer is remaining. These transports are not really needed. I'll just put them here as like additional defenses. Yeah, the return on investment on any future construction would be very limited. It's like 1 more gold mine at best, but even then, it's questionable. These will take this turn, and then they'll move, but they won't really be able to reach here very quickly. The capital's all we need. Everything else is just like, it's additional. I'll build the one. You know, it will pay itself off from what I see, but just, you know, like barely. Campagni, all right. 37 money. If I can save up to like 200, that would be great if it carries over. I don't actually know if it carries over or not. I love this music. And I think we're good to go. There you go. Alright, it's just you and me, Sibyl. Oh! Some troopers invading. A lot of building. The troopers are no problem. And this is no problem, really. Ooh, he's playing Merc cards. A lot of Merc cards. Ooh, okay, we need to pay a general for this. Edmund, you have the best odds. You also cost a fuck ton. Play some Shaman mercenaries. I have a lot of Jug Mercs. One Jug Merc. Ironclad Mercs add 5%. More Jug Mercs add more. Either way, they added so many Mercs here, it's actually going to make this a little bit crazy. Just add more Jug Mercs, I think. 76% is pretty good. I can go even further with it, but I want to keep some of these Merc cards, ideally. This is a lot of their units, and they're using a lot of Merc cards as well. So I could go with like Ironclads as well. I could just dump every Merc card in here, but that seems a little unnecessary. This should theoretically be good. We could lose. There's always that potential, but I'll just assume that we won't with this. I haven't fought a single battle today. Oh yeah, all the light units are gonna die on our side. But that's fine. They were just excess anyway to this army. After this group of enemies, there's no real big like group of them anyway. Yeah, it looks like we're winning. We've lost our grenadiers and troopers. Yeah, and we slaughtered them though. Yeah, just for some grenadiers, troopers, that's an easy trade. No problem. And now this is a little more interesting. 1 transport, 2 troopers versus 2 hunters. I could auto-resolve this and we'd probably win. Or I could fight this one. There is a chance. But I could fight this one. I could also deploy some mercs just to be sure that we win. But 82% chance. We got +1 hunter from entrenchment. That's a pretty good chance to win. I'll go with that. And we'll just cross our fingers. Got the transport, got the troopers. We did lose a hunter, but we won. That went pretty well then, if you ask me. Necromancy ostracized undead fear for their existence. Emperor disallows gay marriage. Dragon tramples freedom to love. Okay. And by popular demand, Emperor authorizes a production of his own action figure. Undead are the least happy with this. Dwarves have reached 85%. We got decreased revenue. Oh, that's nice. I won't use this here, but it can be handy. Some more Merc cards is nice.
I cannot believe, Commander, that Lohanna is actually doing business with the dwarves.
She was doing business with them?
Money-grubbing midgets destroy one of nature's wonders, and she
Money-grubbing
makes
midgets.
deals with them that will actually boost their sordid economy. They say her little scheme will save endangered wildlife in the long run.
Oh, I see.
I have grave doubts.
What did you do?
Well then, my love. Guess who got her way without resorting to some underhanded scheme? You may consider the speckled jackal saved and the dwarven dam intact to boot.
Impressive combination. How did you pull it off?
See, the dwarves are stubborn folk, to be true, but approach them with reason and you'd be surprised how far you can get. Of course, reason and gold are quasi-synonyms in their book, so that's the nerve I touched.
You bribed them.
I told them all about positive publicity, how there's money to be earned by public support. Then, Before you could say, my mug of beer is empty, they agreed to start a Save the Speckled Jackal Fund.
Oh, God.
Part of the proceeds will go to irrigation works that will undo the drought in the jackal's habitat. And the other part... Let's just say there will be a couple of dwarven wives with shiny new jewelry. Not that I care much, mind you. I'm a woman of the world, enough to know that it's all a part of the bargain. The speckled jackal is saved. That's what really matters.
Okay.
Oberon is such a bellyacher. Here I have saved a species from extinction, and he laments the fact that I did so in a pragmatic and political way. When might he be happy?
Good question.
I chained myself to that damn dam, perhaps, saying I wouldn't leave until it was pulled down. Oh, no such cavalier action ever leads to success.
True. Alright, next.
She's a smart cookie, that wife of yours, Commander. I never thought we'd be making a profit by saving the, freckled hyena, was it? Good show indeed. On an unrelated topic, have I told you about my new yacht?
Oh, God.
Naught but a...
Triumph.
You'll like it.
Alright. Great.
You remain...
Research. Hunter teleportation sounds nice. And... tank mines, sure.
The wizard.
To the bridge! We're getting close to beating this act. Oh god, they have transports. Alright, well I do have some ships here for this. And a fuck ton of air units. Let's just place you guys over here to keep track of you better. Jugs. And then transports just pile up over here, keep track of you better. It's a lot of transports. Alright. Which one of you's taking that route? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so the transports are getting ready for the invasion. One more turn until the entrenchment's gone here. Let's see. A lot of these units can only go one area per turn. So I don't really know how that's going to work. Well, the ones that matter can go more. So we'll move you here, but the Devastators can move, the armor can move, the hunters can move, and these fighters can move. Purchase 4 hunters here. Put you there. 2 hunters here. And yeah. I'll move 1 hunter here as well. And purchase another hunter there. We might have something close to 200 gold. Maybe. I don't know if it'll end when I take this capital or something else, but as you see, it's almost out of entrenchment. We just need to get past the enemy transports here, and then I'll just send everything, including the navies, and like maybe this. I mean, I could attack 2 sides at once right now, actually. So like Trooper, Hunter, Devastator, Zeppelin, Armor, Bomber, Shaman, Imp Fighters, because this is an actual border too. And then just put like 2 hunters here. And then these 2 groups can kind of unify pretty soon. This one Warlock is too far away to really be of use. But then we could really just dogpile everything on their capital all at once. That's the goal, and I think it'll work. Campagni. And don't think we're missing anything. End turn. This will also hurt their ability to continuously build more units, of which they're building a lot of units, but a lot of them are also like troopers. Alright, so this should be so easy, I don't need to really do anything. Imperial Army auto-resolve. It's just 1 enemy transport. Maybe there's something in it, I don't know, but it's all dead now. Okay. This one also, Imperial Army auto-resolve will take care of just fine. No need to pay a general. They're getting pretty expensive at this point. I don't know why they get so expensive. Maybe it's the amount of troops they're in charge of. That might be it. Killed everything, lost nothing. Now we took the border. And now this. Same thing. Don't need to pay for anything. I don't want... This isn't even a lot of troops. I don't know what determines these wages. But there's like nothing defending this. Just some armor. So let's just go ahead and do that. There you go. And that's 2 more locations for me. Queen makes dodgy deal with dwarves. Lana, corrupted by dragon, deplores Oberon. Victory parade deemed tacky at best. Our emperor, the new sensation. Dwarves love me. Undead are the least liking me, but some new mercs at a good timing.
Ridiculous the trivialities General Catherine gets all hot and bothered about. So 1 or 2 of our own soldiers overstepped the line somewhat after taking yet another town or city. They fought to the death. They not allowed some R&R? A cuddle and a fondle with some local belle?
Why do the undead care about this?
Commander, I'll not pretend I am naive enough not to know that where our armies go, regrettable misbehavior sometimes follows. But I had no idea as to the scale of the transgressions committed. Luckily, General Catherine caught a whiff of
course it's Catherine.
Practices and decided to fight them tooth and nail.
Fuck Catherine. Especially if it makes the undead happy.
Commander, I have conducted a couple of surprise inspections of late to see firsthand how our ground troops are conducting themselves in newly conquered territories. The result is exactly what I had expected. Atrocious. Swarms of fire-spouting locusts wouldn't do as much damage as the average cohort. They pillage left and right, and what is worse, rape every woman and girl they can get their ruttish claws on.
That's worse than pillaging?
Most officers turn a blind eye, and those that don't get transferred.
Pillaging implies complete death.
This is nothing short of organized assault. But
your priorities are all
into my
fucked
own
up, lady.
hands, Commander. The first offenders have been court-martialed and hung for their offense.
Hanged.
Touched one last time by angel lust, then limp and lethargic forever.
Yeah, no more hangings, thank you.
You would forbid me to punish rapists and let them renew their ravaging of helpless women?
It's literally just because I don't like you. That's literally it.
Why do we fight to avert the coming of hell when it is we who drag hell in our wake?
Why are you still here?
You might find it strange hearing this from me, Commander, but I quite agree with Catherine. As far as women are concerned, the pleasure may lie in the chase and the kill, so to speak. But I don't take the hunting metaphor literally, whereas several soldiers do. To force oneself on a girl is detestable, and the men who do so should lose the weapon that's causing her misfortune.
The weapon.
Naught but a...
Alright, and... final research, maybe second final research we'll do on this map. Well, look, we're almost through all the research, too. Zeppelin cloak, maybe, Devastator, firing mechanism, transport for the Empire. You know, let's just finish up the expert research. That seems good to me. I think that buffs these units. Don't quote me on that. Hey, we have 203 money. That's nice. Alright, now, the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm gonna start unloading them as I dock them, so I don't have to, like, search for them. I don't think I have any card worth it. So won't be able to move, decrease revenue. Yeah, we don't need that right now. Every transport, one at a time. Our chance to win is already very high, but they're gonna pull out all the stops for this. Naturally, right? Of course they will. Alright. And at this point, you know, they don't really have anything special there. So what if I also move, like, the jugs and the ironclad? That does up my chances. Then just move everything. 97% chance to win, and there's still more troops I can move. That's the funny part. There's still more. Shaman, Zeppelin. I'm just gonna move, like, everything. You don't need to go that way, bro. Just go direct. Thank you. This is so cluttered looking. 99% chance to win. Can you go in a straight line, please? Thank you. This is so cluttered. Oh, gosh. God damn it. Straight line, please. There you go. Some troopers, devastators, armor, devastator. I'll just split these two hunters, maybe, between these two zones. I had purchased 4 here, specifically to send one down. I'll put 2 of them here. I'll put 2 of them here. And move these other 2 forward. Because we're not really going to need to do anything after this is taken. Just like hold it for 1 turn and then we win. So it's really all there is to it. And they don't have much else anyway. So I can just start saving up money at this point. And then we'll move on to Act 3 when this is like good and done. Alright, end turn. Good luck winning against this. We have a 100% chance to win. And they're going to buy stuff. They're going to do everything they can here. Actually, they're buying some stuff over here, which seems pointless. Alright. Yep, 100% chance to win. You gonna play any cards? No? No cards. So I don't even need to pay a general. It can lower the enemy's, like, odds, technically. But I don't need to, because these units won't really carry over anyway to the next map. So, just Imperial Army, auto-resolve that bitch. Good luck. We don't even need any mercs, because we just have that many units. The jugs. Jugs are so good in auto-resolves. I don't think it really matters, like, which unit attacks. But I do notice in auto-resolves, the light units tend to die first, and things like Juggernauts and Devastators get a lot of kills, especially Juggernauts. It's quite interesting. Juggernauts are like... And I think the star level does matter, the amount of upgrades you have on each unit. I noticed my research is actually really far ahead of Sibyl. Interesting. I have research almost max for just about everything. We're going to be fighting new enemies, I think, once we get on the grand stage. Unless it's the same siblings, but I don't think so. Because they've been saying that I've been killing... Are we literally not going to lose anything? I think we are just that far ahead that we're not... I don't think we lost a single damn thing. We didn't lose a single damn thing. Plus 1 gold, 37 tech. That's nice. Alright. Emperor doesn't mind widespread violation of women all in a day's work. Activists agree, Emperor must be a woman. Alright, and some merc cards. Great. So I think we have to hold that for 1 more turn, but...
How much sacrilege can one woman spout? Catherine should be burnt at the stake like they did in the good old days.
True.
Which is what she is. An advocate of deviltry.
True.
Hobweed. Bah. She'd wrench children from the womb and let them die in puddles of bloody gore.
Sounds like her.
Demon. Hag. Infernal harridan.
If rumor be true, Commander, someone amongst us is championing the legalization of hobweed.
What's hobweed?
Humbug. The sanctity of family is untouchable. To be rid of a child is murder most vile. I know you'll
Oh, it's an abortion one. It's always Catherine.
I know you will.
Catherine is such a stereotype. She wants abortion. She wants every feminist thing you can think of. Plus, she approves of one-way pedophilia. She really doesn't surprise me.
Commander, I cannot let this matter rest. If you won't do anything about the excesses perpetrated by our soldiers, then I insist you lift the ban on hobweed.
Why? Wouldn't that get in the way of your pedophilia?
Many of the women who survive our army's passing are left with a constant reminder of their defilement when months later a child is born. We can spare them the pain of remembrance and the worry of having another mouth to feed by allowing them to chew hobweed and thus undo the damage wrought by the savages that beset them.
And what, piss off all the races? I didn't hear one race that wanted this. Offspring of war will later help the economy by performing cheap labor to join the army. Yeah, just it doesn't matter. What matters is every race said no to this.
May sound cynical, Your conditionals have all the certainty of night after day. This is your grand design, is it?
No.
Wraith begets triumph.
No.
I spit on your crown.
I just want the
crown of a
stats.
bastard in every sense of the word.
If everybody likes me, then I get money bonuses and all these other things. Nothing else you're saying matters. Look at the dwarves at 90%. That gives me such a good bonus when I'm fighting on dwarf lands. Lizards could use some work. Look how good it's getting. It's so good.
I've heard there is talk of re-legalizing the plant known as hobweed.
Of course,
How
lizards
very
approve of this
enlightened.
one, but I can get
Every
them up in
woman
other
should
ways.
have the chance to end her pregnancy if she wishes. During those first few weeks, I mean. Hardly more than a pea in their den, or hardly a yolk, in case of us lizards.
Can I eat it?
You fight.
What?
Alright, we have a lot of research after taking that shit. Oh, wait, let's see what the...
You know we dwarves will do anything that benefits the economy,
Yes.
and thereby the empire. That is to say, you. One of our most lucrative enterprises is the smoke stick industry. People love
Cigarettes?
them, but there are so-called researchers at so-called universities, blasted elves, that say our wonderful tobacco products harm one's health. Nonsense! Our own research proves the exact opposite. So obviously, these elves are incompetent. They should have their government grants revoked, and their publications should be tossed in the fireplace.
Please don't tell me this is a unique dwarf thing.
Before I became an undead, Commander, gods be blessed that I did, I knew people who sucked in more smoke than air, and none of them ever attained the sacred perpetuity of the bone.
The undead are against
The
smoking
seven do not
cigarettes.
favor smoke sticks.
Alright?
Commander, we elves do smoke the pipe from time to time, but always in moderation. People tend to puff smoke sticks all day long, though, and our research indicates many of those that do, sooner or later, fall dreadfully ill. Falstaff wants to suppress these facts for the sake of profit.
If the lizards are against it, I'm siding against the dwarves.
Commander, it doesn't exactly take
Okay,
academic
that's
research to
that
catch
settles
at
it.
first glance that these smoke
I think,
sticks are
like,
vile, lurid
maybe the
inventions
imps would be
fit
for it.
neither man nor beast. They bring you great wealth, that I realize, but perhaps wealth does not excuse their existence.
I knew those things were bad for you, Commander.
So, yeah, this is a special dwarf one then. Because it's 4 versus 1.
A tornado alert was issued.
Well, the last one I need to help is the dwarf, so... Ban academic research that negatively influences your economy. I don't actually understand the wording of this.
Commander, you know...
Oh, I see. So I want this one.
This is horrifying, Commander. People will be swayed by that elven rubbish. Sales will plummet. Revenues will be lost. We stand to lose heaps of gold. You and me both. Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
What do these last ones do anyway? Just popularity? It's popularity. This might actually lose me money, but...
Falstaff would sell poisonous frogs to children if there were money in it, Commander.
True.
So I'm
True.
glad you sided with our researchers and their findings. These smoke sticks are a menace, and people should be aware of the risks.
Doesn't matter. You can publish the risks all you want to. Someone will still buy it.
I frankly don't care if these smoke sticks are pure venom or fountains of vigor, Commander, but I have an inkling they do not bode well with the Seven. And in all matters liturgical, it is best to err on the side of caution.
Impressive, Commander. Not many rulers would forgo great profit for the
It would help if you showed me the exact modifiers, right? But like, since I don't see the modifiers, I just listen to what everybody wants.
Good. Yes. Ban the smoke stick, I say. Gunpowder in your snuff box. There's a healthy alternative.
Imps, you're insane. Anyway, research. I only have 2 researches remaining, and now I've maxed out research. Everything else is for the dragon. Everything.
My studies have...
And there's really not a lot I actually care about. More damage to dragons, mediums, and heavy units. Like, okay. Probably not going to use that very much, but okay. Reduces fire range of enemies within a radius. Ooh. Aura of Restoration is interesting, honestly. I'm gonna unlock that. And Chameleon Hide. It says the transport, but I think it means me. Veil Cloaked units. Let's get Acid Blaze. Back to the map. I think we just need to hold on one turn and then we win. So, like, all the rest of this stuff doesn't really matter. Troopers can go there. Oh, dear. Oh, God. 2 fighters this way. 10 ironclads, 5 juggernauts, devastators, warlocks, shamans, okay. Armor. 1, 2, 3. I know we're not really gonna get to pull off another invasion, but I'm just gonna set it up as if we are. Do I have an additional transport all of a sudden? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all hunters. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all tanks. I have 2 transports. Why do I have 2 transports? I don't even know. Oh, I think the other one was for devastators. That makes sense. So hard to keep track of this stuff. I'm pretty sure when I hit end turn, this will just all be over anyway, so. Well, actually, you know, technically speaking, I can just do this. This is a thing. We are in range. I don't know if an attack will actually fire, but we can try. Is there a point? Not exactly. It's just funny, I guess. Well, actually, this isn't even a good idea because it's super fucking entrenched. Just kind of get them out of my way, visibly. Oh, not like that. Alright, there you go. Shaman, Zeppelin. 8, 4... 2 stay here. 1 devastator. 2 of you. 2 of you. Armor, hunters, fighters, devastators. Yeah, I mean, this is already more than enough. I don't think it'll matter anyway, and I got a ton of money saved up. Let's save over Campagni, and we go. Oh, yeah. There was nothing even there, or it just immediately surrendered. And that's Act 2.
Behold how powerful the dragon had become. Many of his rivals had fallen, and victory seemed inevitable. But then Corvus the demon, cruel and cunning as he was, decided to intervene, for he did not want the war to end. He infested all the Empire's enemies, using terrible blood magic. Though he remained bound to the Raven, he was now present in all of the dragon's foes.
Great.
Enthralled, they became stronger and more vicious than ever. The final battle between dragon and demon had begun.
But is he a dragon? Women or breeding stock? What's the difference? None that I can see, answers Emperor. Wait. Smokestick industry goes up in smoke. Emperor tackles Dwarven enterprise. Moral mistrust in Maximus returns. Introduces Emperor to chemical warfare. Colonel confesses I like being close to our empire. Emperor's flurry of victories. Fact or fiction? Everybody loves me, dude. See, I'm making the good choices. Research point total will increase by 2%. Good. That's from the banning smoke sticks, but less gold per turn. Population will increase by 1%. All right.
Commander, a word, quickly. Devilry has befallen us that may yet spell our doom just when the end was in sight. It is Corvus. He has escaped from my bonds. Too tranquil was I in the delusion that I had him shackled for good, but no. He has flown, or rather multiplied, in infinite demonic shards that hold a firm grip over every single one of our enemies, and empowers them with hellish might. Each foe we now face will be much more powerful than he was before, and it will take our forces their utmost to vanquish them. You I forewarn, Commander, but let the rest not know of this demon influence, or else all faith in victory would plummet like a stricken bird. You, and you alone, can now accomplish what we set out to do. One dragon will have to face an endless number of demon-driven fiends, and desolate them all. I know you can, my friend. Show them why you, none other, are the Dragon Commander.
Hell yeah, baby.
Seven be praised that you have treated Catherine's proposal with the neglect it deserved, Commander. May she eat so much hobweed herself, she undoes her own life and is born unto death.
You want her as an undead?
Good call on the hobweed matter, Commander. Now we should instruct the imps to come up with a concoction that will wipe out that plant once and for all.
Queen's quarters. Oh, she's dressed different.
Oh, my sweet, my love. How my heart rejoices at your approach.
She's actually more dressed now. And her hair is different.
The sky. So does my very being find in you its
She has a,
beacon.
like, elvish tiara now.
Our marriage is still young, yet it seems ages since last I frequented Elven Court. A home and shelter so wholly different from this
This
golden
hair is
raven.
distracting.
There I lived among my kinsmen alone, raised to be the living embodiment of our traditions. But here I reside among the rambunctious representatives of all the civilized races. A world of difference. A better world. Oh, whereby I have earned such a blessed fate I know not, but I praise myself lucky each day anew. How naive I was. How much of a mere child. Elven traditions, they kept me menial and closed-minded. But you have shown me there is so much more to the world. Values to be
This is
found
probably
in
just one of her
others'
paths.
customs, even if my kind vilifies them as vices. A child no longer. I have become a woman. For this I have you and you alone to thank. You have made me blossom, my darling dragon. My everlasting love is yours.
I wonder how she'd end up if you, like, picked majority traditional things. I was just picking things, like, event by event, but I see it's probably, like, a majority type thing. Wait, they usually have extra dialogue. I always forget about that.
I'm going on a state visit to the largest dwarven brewery tomorrow.
Oh, God.
And Sir Falstaff has graciously accepted to accompany me. Oberon will have a fit when he
Are these just, like, holes in her pants?
Well,
They are.
that suits me fine.
She's still more dressed than before, though. I like how she's fuck Oberon. Yeah, true.
There he is.
A little bit.
Commander, violate for victory himself. You
shut
haven't
up.
even a modicum of respect for women, do you? How I pity your queen and every female in your kingdom.
She's very happy.
To allow soldiers to
She just told me.
abuse, to encourage it even, so that one day you'll have fresh armies. I detest that I have no choice but to remain on the Raven.
I'm happy if you leave.
Each king is a cancer upon his realm.
You're annoying. But you do give me a lot of good events to buff my relations. Like, everybody loves me, in part, because you keep giving me decisions that I oppose that everybody hates anyway.
There we go
So.
again. The men decide and the women just have to suffer the consequences. Some things never change, do they, Commander? A word that men bore children, hobweed would be a staple food within days.
Whoa, what happened to her mouth? Did you see that?
There we go
Wait.
again. The men decide and
Her
the
mouth
women
turned
just
into,
have
like,
to
a black
suffer the
box.
consequences. Some things never change, do they, Commander? A word that men bore children, hobweed would be a staple food within days.
Yeah, alright, that actually happened. Holy shit.
Long ways to go.
All right, yeah. So we're now in a new phase. Our income and research is so completely snuffed. But I did max out research before we got here.
It is a challenge.
What does Corvus have to say now?
Have you come in search of my powers, dragon? Oh, you are woefully too late. I have spent them all on myself. My every thousands of cells. Blood the magic. Yes. I am the one who roams the many. To think that foolish wizard thought he could keep me enthralled forever.
Why can't we just blow up the ship in Corvus at the same time?
You and your rivaling brothers, you and your bickering sisters. I have aided you all, but always did I know that with the support of my spells and knowledge, the dragon would win the day. Win, yes. Become rich and plump with roaring blood, until now you are ready to be devoured. Once I have you bleeding, and I can break the dragon's mind, your dreams I shall walk, and your soul will be mine. One of the ancient line will be my blood servant, and I will be mightier than any demon has ever been. So come find me. Come fight me. For with
I wonder if he would appear in the battles as a dragon now.
with each death, I long more passionately to shred your flesh.
Okay, well, he's not gonna help me. But I never took any of his help to begin with, so he should be weaker than he would be normally. But I saved up a good amount of gold.
We shall feast, deny us, and the sweeter the delight will be.
Alright. Alright. Well, we don't have any research capability right now, really, so. To the map. Oh. This does look familiar. But how? How does it look familiar? Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is huge. Kraken Bay. Which one of these is the Mid-Atlantic? Is it this one? I feel like it's this one. Like, I feel like this is kind of what we just fought over. And now we've zoomed out of there. And the little island we started at, it feels like that's just completely gone. But where'd all this come from? Sylvandamil. Gold mine. Alright, so we got a completely different starting scenario up now. Some war factories spread about. This is a 1v1 again? Oh, it's a 1v1 again. It's just me versus Corvus now. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. Six armor is not really what I would leave here to defend it if you gave me the option, but I mean, maybe. The troops I have are very randomized right now. Quite truthfully. This is my new capital. Everybody likes me, so we have really good bonuses. I have some spread out troops, but he has more. But I have a lot of money, meaning I can make navies out of like thin air right now. You know, a Zeppelin with naval units is actually a really good idea. Jugs, Zeps. Alright. How are we gonna do this? Taking this would be an easy start. Well, easy. Where's his capital? At the end of the day, the main thing that matters is it's all the way over there. The main thing that matters is that capital. We can go there by land, actually. So I don't need a massive amphibious navy this time. I don't even need to worry about the islands at all. They could be helpful to go for, but I don't need them. That is very optional. I just need to blaze my way through land, and I have the money to make that happen, I think. Now, the makeup of my armies are gonna get a little strange. Certainly. Regardless. Okay. I'm gonna move you guys, the navy's stuff, the jugs. I'm gonna move the ironclads over here along with their zeppelin. But we're gonna bring some of these armors elsewhere. Not all of them. Not yet, anyway. I'll leave one of the transports here. Some navy might be needed, but not insanely at the moment. Want to gather up as much as possible where we can. So all the grenadiers, these troopers, warlocks, troopers. Okay. We have some tanks unloading. Alright. This all borders, so... Did I carry over my cards? I did. So I do have some mercs that could help me on some kind of an early offensive here. And this is isolated. And then it just goes over here. So that would actually be pretty nice. Move these grenadiers here as a defensive fixture. Leave these hunters here for now. I think we could take this. Especially with other things. So like Devastator, 2 shamans, 4 troopers, 2 warlocks, 2 armors, 70% chance to win. Throw in 2 more troopers. Okay. There will be nothing here, but that's not as terrible as it sounds. Okay, so we need to start buying things. So definitely 2 hunters here. Let's get that paid for. We definitely need a bunch of stuff to defend the capital. 2 hunters, 2 armors. There's already armors here, honestly, that are landing. Let's do 4 hunters, because I might transport some to that island. And a bomber, 2 fighters, and a zeppelin. That'll be good support. We got 2 hunters paid for here. We can still buy 3 more things here. There's no fighters at all anywhere over here. I'm thinking 2 fighters and a zeppelin. And up here... well, there's a lot of things we need. Eventually, most of these armies will turn into one big army, but I might need better defenses with the way I'm planning this. Instead of just 2 hunters as a defense, armors as a defense might be important as well. 4 armors and a bomber. Good thing I saved all this money. Alright. Cool. I don't want to build anywhere that's going to be taken over too quickly, even though some of these places could really benefit. A lot of these places make a lot of money, dude. All the support I have definitely helps. There's definitely an opportunity at some naval invasions to look at, but they'd be minor, and they'd need the support of a big navy. I'd rather just blaze through to his capital if he's my only opponent. I can make quite some progress by doing that. Yeah, I'll wait till we secure this before I start pumping out buildings. We don't have a lot of money income right now anyway. But this looks fine to me. All this saved up money will be a huge help. And he's as weak as he can because I never took his powers. So... yeah. Seems good to me. We'll still have a lot of stuff left over, but it won't matter, because I'm connected to his capital. Let's end turn. I think he starts out with quite an advantage over me, but I think we can kill him. Honestly, this doesn't look all that bad. With how much money I have saved up, it really doesn't. At some point, maybe a navy could be nice, and if I do invest into a navy, you know, we'll go from there, but... mainly, I want to have defenses. Bigger defenses than ever before. Everywhere. And then I just want to have the biggest army possible going in a straight line, essentially. I knew they would do this. This is why I was thinking like, oh, maybe I do need a navy. Ooh! Oh, okay, we got a lot happening. This is the most important battle. But we have so much entrenchment, he doesn't stand a chance. I don't need to do anything here, really. I could pay a general just to lower his odds, but it's already so much against him. 2 imp fighters, 2 ironclads, 2 jugs, and a zep. Yeah, get fucked is what I have to say to that. His imp, yep. Yeah, you're fucked. We lost what? We lost something. A transport? That's no problem. No problem. We're probably not even going to need transports. That's some good kills. And that was on an army auto resolve. Now this one's harder, and he used some mercs. Alright, Edmund might be relying on you. I've just missed every opportunity to upgrade my generals, too. That sucks. What are some easy things we have? Transport mercs, plus 4%. Some Zeppelin mercs, plus 4%. Some trooper mercs, we're up to 80% now. We don't have a lot of merc income right now, so 80% might be what we need to go with. I'm not fighting like any of these, man. Let's go with this. Edmund, good luck. Oh, I just skipped it. Whoops. I didn't even know you could do that, actually. Good to know. So we only lost 2 troopers. We killed everything else. Alright, that's good. And now this. There's no more ability to use a general, unfortunately. But the odds are pretty good in our favor, especially with all these bonuses from entrenchment. We took this, I guess. Or unless we already owned it. I honestly forget. 2 transport mercs brings, that's 6% bonus. Zeppelin. Let's do the Zeppelin and the transport mercs. 83% Imperial auto resolve, and there you go. Yeah, we'll lose some troopers, certainly, but otherwise we're just slaughtering. This is good. I don't even, are we even gonna fight any more battles? Maybe. Maybe small scale ones. These big ones are kind of crazy. Only 3 troopers lost? That's easy. No problem, dude. Rumors recur about rape roulette game. Imperial leniency only aggravates matters. Anonymous officers. Aggravates matters anonymous officer asserts. War economy pays off, some say. We ask, but at what cost? The untold story of our bastard emperor. Okay. What did that last thing have an effect on, by the way? Oh yeah, I already saw that, I guess. Oh, the Queen's Quarters is open.
I don't know how those lizards manage it, my love, but their wines are such wonders. I bet they enchant vine and grape.
Oh, you're so
magic
unelfed.
produce such delicate sensations. How about we find out for ourselves? Make a trip to Burgundy. We're long overdue for a honeymoon.
Right.
Now that I am queen, my sweet, I've been invited to offer prayers to the Green Mother during the Festival of Flowering. Such an honor is normally reserved for high priests only, but I think I'll pass all the same. Wouldn't call 5 hours of repetitious chanting a celebration anyway. No. Let's you and I spend those 5 hours in one another's arms. Now there's a festival. Now that I don't know how.
Okay.
A word, Commander, if you please. I have made an assessment of my time aboard the Raven, and you should hear it.
I hate you.
You know my background. You know I used to be a queen in my own right, and that under my rule, women held sway. In a male-dominated world, I have tried to champion their rights. but on the whole have found in you the obstacle I knew you would be. The
You make your own
chauvinist
demons.
swine your father was before you. Bastards all. So conquer Rivellon as quickly as you can, so that my duty to the Empire will have been fulfilled, and I need no longer spend an instant in your company. We are through, you and I. If even a dragon cannot see past the prejudices of his sex, I am without...
To be
hope
honest,
indeed.
most of these options I picked just because you never said please.
I must admit.
So,
You try.
remember the first time I told you to say please, but you didn't. And look where it got you. Look where it got you. Alright, well, we're done with research. Dragon abilities at this point are, you know, insignificant in a way, but we'll just get them. Right now, it's just a beeline to Corvus. Even though he's technically on my ship. Now, this will be interesting. So, I'm probably going to leave these two armors here, honestly. If I'm going to expand how defended things normally are. So, like, let me put you there. You're going to transport over here and unload. I don't know how you can get past that successfully. I don't really trust you to be honest. So, Zeppelin, Jug, and Ironclads will go out to help just in case. I'll send a... Honestly, I'll send these fighters over here for now as well, just to make sure of it. And this transport can just go to the capital, I guess. These two hunters can... Let's go over here as a defense. Two of these armors can go here. Again, we're going to up it from just 2 hunters to 2 hunters and 2 armors for every location I own as the base defense. Now let's see. What do you have here? 2 warlocks, 2 grenadiers. Send all these troopers. Send all these warlocks. Transports to get the troopers and stuff from here over here would be great. Otherwise, they're going to move very slow. I think you can travel... It's going to sound weird. I think you can travel transports through land. So we should be able to get them over there relatively quickly. But we have to move slowly but surely. Warlocks, grenadiers, shamans. Okay. Send the armor up there to help. Bomber. Zeppelin. Okay. We definitely need this many hunters. And probably, like, similar in armors. The War Factory can pump out its own defenses later, honestly. Still, we do need all of this. So, let's just purchase 4 hunters and 4 armors. Because we need to defend this properly as well. That'll come with time. I'm so tempted to try to catch this, but I'd have to besiege it. I can only focus myself in so many places at once. All troopers head over there. Well, you know, I could load them, I think. No, that's only in combat. Alright, all troopers head over there. All warlocks head over here. You guys are, like, amassed now. Shamans over here. The armors can stay there as a defense. They will be joined by these hunters. I don't think we have any Zeppelins over here. The Zeppelins will join you. And fighters will join you. Two armors will go down here as a defense. 2 hunters will go down here as a defense. And the bomber. And it's got to be the same thing here. 2 hunters, 2 armors. And let me give you a fighter for your defense. I'm burning through all the money that I saved up, honestly, but we're getting our battle lines drawn. It'll go well, I think. I don't know if I'm going to have fighters for defense, like 1 fighter for defense everywhere or not, but I know 2 more fighters would be nice. We have a Zeppelin and a bomber after all. More bombers eventually would be nice as well. I say let's do 2 more fighters, a bomber, maybe another fighter, and a Devastator maybe. Sure. Let's do that. I'm down to only 100 money, so we're burning through that money rapid pace. Oh, like I mentioned already, a lot of these are really good for gold. This one isn't. This one's more like for a tavern. I don't even have a tavern yet, so... And not all of these war factories will really be needed, but the ones that are there right now are pretty good, honestly. Pretty well paced. Let's... I could build a couple things. We could build a tavern here pretty cheap. The prices are pretty low right now. And build a gold mine here pretty cheap. There you go. Oh, we'll get more places for taverns with time. The gold mines are going to be the most prominent things we build, though, certainly. Build another gold mine right here. Increase our income. And the only other place I have left to build is right here. And I can put a gold mine there, but we'd be out of money. I'm going to save the money right now. Save over Campagni. We're going to handle this all just little bit by little bit. Oh, yes. We're going to have quite an interesting setup once the main army unifies. It's going to be kind of all over the place. And I might make some dedicated, like, naval forces and whatnot to go after things. If they keep attacking me with their navies, then it's just too easy. But we'll see, because just a straight land push might be the best thing. Alright, let's end turn. See what we have. Oh. I could play a card to lower his income for a turn. I should do that at some point. We're not attacking anything this turn, because a lot of our army is actually pretty slow. It's a lot of these starter units. It's got a lot of naval and air forces. We're not going to try to really dominate the oceans this time. It's not worth it. I'm just going to bum rush that fucking capital, basically. So we do have a fight. We have a couple fights. There's this one, which we expected. I could pay someone to make it go a little bit better, but 94% is already pretty awesome. Let's just auto-resolve it with the army. These units are pretty insignificant to me anyway. Yeah, one trooper died. Oh no, you know. Alright, now this naval fight with 2 bomber balloons, 100% chance to win. And it's dead. They're dead. GG. Easy. Emperor mismanaging troops, soldiers told to be pillaging and raping as if still in the Dark Ages. Maxos finally discovers how clumsy a dragon, how clumsy dragon can be somewhat useful on the battlefield. That's weird. Maxos demands newspapers to inspire rather than ridicule, just like the dragon does. We ridicule Maxos's grammar. Man, everybody loves me recently. Catherine gained a level in Air Specialist. Really? That's impressive. Let me look at this before anything else. Because there's some things I don't want to forget. Like, this never arrived to unload its hunters. The Jugs and Ironclads can come chill out in the capital. You know, I'm curious. No, they can't really move like that. This also never got to its destination either. So we can get over here right now with the transport. I'll send the Navy over there, honestly. And we'll see how this goes. Grenadiers. Bomber. 10 troopers. 2 fighters. 2 more fighters. Let's see. Another bomber. A Zep. Another Zep. Shamans. Warlocks. Devastators. These hunters can stay, I guess. And these armors can stay. Devastator can go. Bomber can go. We have like 3 bombers now. Didn't you guys have fighters here? No, I guess they're back here. These fighters can go over here. The Zeppelin can't quite make it over there. Just go over here for now. Anyone moving through here, though, is going to run into a problem. There's a bomber balloon. But that's fine. One bomber balloon, we could just use that as an excuse to kill it. Alright, this looks fine to me. Have the transport. Oh, you've already moved once. I guess you're staying there for now, then. The rest of this stuff, a lot of it would just need to be transported, like, to and fro here. That's going to be interesting. I have only 1 transport over here right now. Maybe I should purchase a couple more. Over here, we could get a gold mine. I'm going to put a gold mine there. I don't know if we're really going to be putting fighters everywhere. Right now, they're definitely going to go where our war factories are at the very least. But in the long run, I'm not sure. There's a lot of enemy air units to be concerned with, is something that I'm concerned about. So, I've doubled from like 2 hunters to 2 hunters and 2 armors as a defense, but I'm thinking a fighter as a defense too would be useful. We have 1 transport here. We have another that can reach here, but I think I'll buy 2 transports here and an imp fighter. I have very little money left over after that. 2 armors, 2 hunters. Definitely have an extra fighter on the capital. We'd probably want even better defenses overall for the capital, but the capital is, it's not really in much danger right now. We don't have a lot of money, barely enough to afford a general. So, and you know, I just built another gold mine. We have buildings on every location we own. We're going in for another battle with most of our land forces that we're pretty certain to win. I just need to be able to transport the rest over and cross this zone before we can keep pushing. But we should have a pretty constant push. However, I don't think I've addressed everything on the ship. No, I have not. So let's go back to the ship.
Commander, an elf woman was caught smuggling the vile narcotic Drudenai into an undead city. Our laws dictate she must hang within the span of 2 days, but Oberon is making a fuss and wants to extradite her. You know how elves are. They'll just let her walk. But you'll let us hang her, won't you?
How dare Yorick demand the death of an elf? If she has done wrong, it is up to her kin to judge her. Those barbarian undead kill people for the slightest infraction. It's ghastly.
I mean, it's more like where you commit the crime, but I'm going to rule this by majority, probably.
I wouldn't let a child-molesting mass murderer be judged by the bloody undead, Commander. Let alone a misguided elven lass, far from home and far out of her depth. Let the elves pass judgment, just like Oberon.
It's so funny when the dwarf agrees with the elf.
Whereas Yorick has a point, it is his laws that have been broken. I would render this woman unto the elves all the same. She deserves a lawyer, a proper defense rather than a priest and a charade of last rites.
The undead do stage spectacular executions, Commander. We all follow them through scrying stones. You wouldn't take away our Sunday afternoon funfair, would you? Thousands of imps will bet on whether she'll break her neck or not upon falling from the scaffold.
Oh boy. I need the lizards to like me more than the undead. And the lizards are against this. And the imps are fine as well. The elves will buff, the lizards will buff. I'm gonna take that. So, would be judges sentenced by foreign nations? No.
You are blatantly denying us our God's given right to punish that.
Generally, I would pick yes, but like, I'm trying to play stats here.
Showing her the mercy of the noose. We put smugglers on the breaking wheel, usually.
Yeah, that's a little crazy, but I mean...
Praise be, Commander. You have saved a life. And if this woman is found guilty of the claims laid against her by the undead, she will receive her punishment. A spell of jail time, that is. Not mutilation.
Well, that sounds fair.
Well done. Dwarves and elves may have their differences, but they pale in comparison to those we have with the undead. Those bastards would hang a dwarf for selling beer. That's like petrifying the sun.
I'm so happy we can all come together to just, like, call the undead crazy, I guess.
Truth be told, if this crime had taken place under lizard jurisdiction, I might have sang a different tune.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
To let them wither and die under undead law, though, such a thing I could not force myself to allow.
Yeah, but the problem is this just applies to everybody now, which is kind of the problem. But this game's not that deep.
Somebody else doesn't even need to be an elf. A dwarf will do just as well. They're so heavy we can bet on decapitation.
Okay. That's taken care of. I don't think there's anything special today. No? I already maxed out research.
It is a challenge.
Yeah. What do we want? Unveil, sure. And I've already done everything on the map, so... just save again on Campagni. Good thing I saved up all that money. If I didn't save up all that money, this would be a nightmare. And imagine if I had taken Corvus's power earlier, oh, it'd probably even be more of a nightmare. But I didn't take his power, and I saved up over 300 gold. So, I am... even though he started out with more than me, way more than me, I'm pretty well set. Oh, I still didn't deploy that card. Whoops. It doesn't matter when I deploy it, really. It just needs to be deployed eventually. They have so many air things flying around. This is why I want to put fighters as a defense, like, everywhere. And maybe even with some bombers, realistically. Because they have so many ships as well, and we kind of need to counter that shit. 2 hunters just isn't going to fly anymore. Alright, my 2 fighters versus 1 bomber balloon. Just auto-resolve that with the army. And we win with no casualties. Good. And now here, 100% chance to win, because we just have so many troops. Imperial Army can auto-resolve that. Nice and fine. There you go. And no losses taken. Beautiful. We just had such overwhelming numbers. And so my idea is we just keep going in a straight line until we win, basically. Undead denied justice, elf drug, kingpin off the hook. It's funny. Still, everybody loves me. Brutal clash of war, modern civilization, yeah. If you can't win, he changes the rules. Empire finds a way to see through enemy camouflage. Pop, motivation up, 7, curse me, luck decreased by 4%. Yeah, that'll hurt the auto-resolve a little bit, but it's fine. Doesn't look like there's anything special right now, so... just go research something else. Chameleon Hide and Ray of Power. I haven't set my dragon abilities in so long. When I actually do have to, there's just going to be so much to sort through. If I ever play the dragon again at this rate. So it looks like we can get back pretty easily now. There's nothing in my way here. How much of this really needs to move? Just the light units, really. Grenadiers, Trooper, Warlocks. Shamans. Maybe I didn't need this many. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna keep moving forward with the main army. 2 Zeppelins, 2 Shamans, 10 Troopers, 3 Bomber Balloons. We got 4, make that 6 Fighters, 2 Warlocks, 4 Grenadiers, 2 Devastators. We don't have any armor on this front, like, at all, just because of how things have gone. This is going to be real hard to keep up with financially. Even just pushing, it's actually going to be a little difficult. We can only get this far safely, so we're just going to take what we can get. Not all of you need to go over there, though. Yeah, you're like the one that doesn't really need to go anyway. From here, we could actually stage an invasion over this way, so that's actually not too bad. Fighter. Hardly know her. Armor for defense. Yeah, this is where we'll stage our naval forces, because we'd probably go for this before anything, if we choose to. But you guys can come over here, you over here. Ironclads and Jug there. Armor, cool. And then we have some other things. They can protect this for now just fine. We have a lot of these light units just piled up that the game gave us. Gives us a little bit of leeway, maybe. So this is a new location we just took. I don't think they'll really... I like having like a little bit of buffer before I start building on these places. Look at this. Look at all this air stuff. This is really concerning. This is really kind of concerning. Move a fighter there. This Zeppelin can reach the front. Cool, send it. Move a fighter here. Yeah, we're gonna add like 1 fighter to like just everywhere. Imp fighter. Imp fighter. Imp fighter. Not everywhere will have 1. Like this one doesn't, like these won't have any right now, but that's fine. I think we'll put 2 imp fighters on the capital though. And a bombing balloon. Just to make sure the capital's a little extra defended. We don't have any imp fighters over here either, but we'll like cycle through making sure everything has something as much as possible. They have a lot of ships and a lot of air, and they could do some pretty big damage with that if they chose to. I do have some Merc cards still. Not that many, because I mostly have gold production still. We're burning through our gold even then. But we're going to keep the land offensive going for now. Yes, and we're going to do what we can afford to do while bum rushing the capital. Essentially. Alright, so Campagni. Accept, and next turn. We don't need to wipe out all of his money to win. We just need to conquer the main bits and get around him. Attacking the capital would be difficult just because he's going to have all this extra stuff to defend it. So we'll want to concern ourselves with that. Man, I just want a big navy and air force to just go around fucking all this shit up with. Because it could do some big damage if it all gathers up. But I don't have the money for that. Even when I saved up so much money. What I'm doing right now works. We're just able to easily, like, Imperial auto-resolve in most cases. Our main push. And I'm not really making anything unique to go with this except the air force. Most, if not all of the land forces generally were just already here. And most of them are light crap as well. So, alright, Emperor on a winning streak, yeah. This is not a game Emperor Dragon plays hide and go seek with the enemy, because I haven't been fighting. The Emperor was not born in Referral, oh no. Hunter Mercs, that's nice.
I hope you don't mind, Commander, but I've requested that a few of your generals should undo the havoc that is being caused by a group of lizard rebels. These misguided souls have taken to the teachings.
This might be a much shorter stream than I envisioned it, because we're already on track to win Act 3. So.
I'm sure Henry and Edmund are the proper officers for the job, wouldn't you agree? They'll need to be diplomatic, though, if they seek to succeed.
Henry and Edmund, they don't really get along. Does the Queen ever have anything new to say? It seems like her story is done. Yeah, her story's done.
Commander, a word in your ear. There seems to be a spot of trouble in one of the provinces. Some lizard rebel running amok. Naught but a trifle that Prospera has requested us to deal with. But she wants me and Bloody Edmund to go together. Yes, he's a lizard too, it stands to reason. But the man's as pleasant as a cactus down your trousers. So if you don't mind, I'll go alone.
I need you to be able to work together, sorry.
Practice? I'll be practicing skittles with his balls before the day is out. You know that cold-blooded cretin annoys me to no end. I'll follow your orders, Commander. But we're supposed to quell an uprising, you know. Not add fuel to the fire.
A dear old lady, our Prospera, but it saddens me to see senility is taking hold. She actually wants me to work together with that barrel of gin they call
Look, buddy, you've proven you can work together with those you don't like on several occasions. The other guy, maybe not so much, but one of you can come out better for this. So, a little bit of dragon research we can do. Friends with benefits. And to the bridge. Alright, let's see here. I have to, like, keep the main army going while filling in... Honestly, filling in the defenses while building buildings is really the hardest part right now. Alright, so... There's not a lot in my way on land. A lot of his forces are just, you know, not on land. 10 troopers, 4 grenadiers. Some of the units I have coming in as backup can't even keep up with this push. 2 warlocks, 2 shamans, 3 zeppelins, that's quite a bit. 3 bomber balloons, 6 fighters. Yeah, that's good. Like these shamans certainly cannot keep up. You can only get this far. Same with these warlocks. I transported them here, though. This transport can come down here to chill out. You two. Put my transports in one place. I'm still missing some proper defenses for this location, honestly. Alright, let's see. Look at all this navy stuff, man. If I move you here to defend this island, move you here, buy another fighter for this. You don't have a fighter. Let's give you one. I need like 2 more for up here. Also, this needs to go back. So we have 4 transports. And these grenadiers. I also need to move this armor here. I need to move this hunter here. And I need more for, like, further up. So I need to buy, like, 2 armor, 2 hunters, and, like, 2 fighters. I can only get 1 right now. Let's do 1 fighter for now. I'm a little limited in that regard. But I can purchase the other one here. And, you know, hopefully remember that I've done that. It's just limited by how much it can make in one location. Gets us down to 41 money, which is more than we usually have anyway. But we're still pressing the attack. This would be a good place for... These would both be good places for gold mines, but I can't really afford them right now. So, we'll have to do with what we have. We only have the 1 tavern at the moment. Some of these islands, like this one, again, would be good for that, but that's naval invasions. We're not doing naval invasions right now. With enough troops, I don't need mercenaries anyway. Let me play a card here that lowers his income. So he earns nothing from this place this turn. It's only 12 less money for him. It's not that big, but it's something. The others don't really matter very much. 41 money remaining, and I mean... Oh yes, let's get 2 hunters built here as well for the defenses. Down to 30 money, yep. Our income goes up as we take stuff over, buildings or no buildings, so... Alright. And turn? I believe so. Yes. Really, just maintaining the defenses because I'm expanding so rapidly is kind of the big thing. Him building all these units elsewhere is honestly pretty good for me. He'll have to transport them. And I don't have anything to really stop that, but... It's just more work for him. Whereas I'm just on a land-based, like, blitzkrieg right now. Even then, I spent the 300 plus money I had saved up. To be able to take on the naval stuff as well, I would have needed to save up, like, more like 1,000. Because it's just so much. Still, he doesn't stand a chance right now. Okay, Corvus. So he actually has pretty decent chances because the entrenchment here is pretty higher. That's a problem. We're going to start running up against entrenchment. Sadly, both of my male generals are away. Catherine's gained air specialist, though, because I've kind of finished her story. 89% still really good odds. I'd be paying Catherine 18 to kind of get an extra 4%, which is something. I do have some mercs I can use. But I don't know if they're really worth it given how strong the front is and how haphazardly it's kind of designed anyway, so. Oh my god, Corvus is max research. I see. Well then. We'll leave the mercs, we'll just pay Catherine, and we'll ready up with an auto-resolve. Yeah, we'll be facing more and more entrenchment as we go, and I could slow down to not have to fight the entrenched units, but for right now I have such a horde of these. I have more coming up behind, they just haven't caught up yet. I have such a horde of these units anyway that it's really not that big a problem. So that's done. We lost 4 troopers. Troopers are not worth a lot. That's fine. 2 generals sent to quell minor provincial problem. Don't they have a war to win? Ask indignant counselors. Bastard son brushes up on blood magic. Oh god. Battle rage. Juggernauts will do more damage.
What a pair Edmund and Henry make, Commander. Worry no longer. The insidious religion of the one god no longer tempts a single lizard in the realm. They either pay homage to the 7, or have the good sense not to prattle on about gods at all.
Yeah, fuck that one god. Right?
We've returned from our mission, Commander. All's well among the lizards again. No more praise for the one god anymore, but proper prayer for the 7, or whatever floats their boat. I was hoping for at least some resistance, so that I could spill a mite of their cold blood.
That's how it would have gone if I sent you by yourself, huh?
Diplomacy, aka idle chatter, saved the day. Wasn't such a bad thing looking back on it, that serpent of an Edmund tagged along. Obviously, we were plotting each other's demise from the get-go, but when push came to shove, we both wanted to appear the greater general, forced us to bring our A-game.
That's funny.
Long story short, the cultists renounced their evil ways and were accepted back into society. Boring as fig stew. But Prospera's over the moon. She can stay there for all I care.
Never would I have expected the likes of Henry to wag such a silver tongue. There must be some brain cells left neath that simian cranium of his after all. Holding on for dear life, I expect.
See, they got along. It all worked out.
Word that...
A toast.
Shush. Alright, either of these really at this point. Throne room, what's next?
Commander, I'd like to raise a delicate issue regarding the imps. You see, there's just too many of them. They procreate so quickly, they put the rabbits to shame. And if we don't do something about it, there will be 2 of their number for every single elf or dwarf or lizard. curtail their expansion, I say.
Ooh.
Families of 5 should be their limit.
I mean, I don't really... Ooh, this has some Mass Effect vibes. Ooh.
Oberon's quite right, Commander. Those heathen demonic
Ooh.
pests breed like sin in a brothel, and the result is just as diseased. I'd have them all wiped out, but for the moment I'll settle for a mere reduction of their number.
Oberon oversteps his bounds, Commander. The family is a holy institution. Let no man mingle with a family's private affairs.
It shocks me a free-spirited elf could advocate state control over the number of children one is or is not allowed to have. Lizards too hatch many eggs in one sitting, so to speak. Huh? Are we Oberon's next target, perhaps?
What is all this elven claptrap? How dare he utter such rot? An impish family isn't complete until Nipper number 22 comes along.
Oh my god. Well, the elves like me, the undead like me the least, but I'm gonna go with the majority vote here, which is do not enforce imp family planning policy.
A single rat is just a cute animal. A large mouse, no more. But unleash them by the hundreds and thousands, and what are they? Pests. And why? Merely because of their number and the inconvenience that number causes. That is what imps will be. Pests.
They could also die on the front line.
Oh, bother. These fellows are like lice, Commander. You see one of them jump about the place, and the next thing you know, there's a dozen of them, rendering everybody else annoyed and itchy.
Good show, Commander. It's an unthinkable thing indeed for the government to regulate the affairs of the bedroom. I already regard tax collectors as violators of my privacy, let alone sex inspectors.
Wise of you, Commander. You know how lizards' tails stir in indignation when the government tries to influence matters of personal freedom and responsibility. Proposals such as Oberon's stir me so vehemently I seem to suffer from nervous tics.
Yeah.
Darn tootin', Commander. Set that ruddy elf straight. Too many imps indeed. We're only half as tall as the rest. We deserve to have strength in numbers.
If the rest see you as such a problem anyway, they can just unify against you. It really doesn't matter. Besides, you get yourselves killed faster anyway. Whew. Alright, what do we have? Some of these are going to take, like, forever to catch up. Yeah, he's so entrenched at this point that we either slow down or take more casualties. But, I mean, look ahead, man. He's also so underdefended. Entrenched or not, most of the units I'm sending to fight him are no big deal anyway. Like, they're nothing special. Especially with the assistance of such a good air force. This is what I actually built. I might have built those Devastators as well. This is kind of a weird defense, but, you know, it'll work. Armor. These guys. I remember I built an extra one over here. You go there. You go there. You go there. Now I have to replace all that. So, 2 hunters, 2 armors, and a fighter. Yes. Yeah, the factors we have are pretty well placed. They do well. They do well enough, huh? These defenses we have are pretty decent. I'm gonna put the air stuff in the mountains here. Just for visual representation's sake. Everyone has a fighter at this point, which is good because there's just so many air enemies. At least adding a fighter would be useful. At least. We still have more trying to catch up over here. We're gonna need more over here, but that's where this will... well, more over here, actually. Because we still have more trying to catch up even then. With this war factory, we could actually just build the defenses here. Funny enough. So, I might do that. 2 hunters, 2 armors, and a fighter right now to defend this location. While these guys still just go through. And they might come here while the main force goes down and captures this just to get them off our ass there. And get a tavern that I might scrap, because this is a weird location for a tavern. So many places here just make so much money anyway that it feels weird to build taverns at all. In most of them anyway. This one can have a tavern pretty easily. There's some deserving of taverns, but I really think money will win this map anyway. It's just that it's getting more and more expensive to do so. Oh, son of a... Wrong button. Yeah, we have so many gold mines already that it just costs so much more. So much to make more. I'm tempted to say, like, you need at least an income of 4 at this rate. But for now, we're fine. Income's going up as we capture more stuff. 91% chance to win here, that's pretty good. We'll, like, curve down this way, maybe, and then curve back up. Now, the capital's going to be rough if it's got 100% entrenchment. That's going to be pretty difficult to deal with, honestly. Not that he has a lot here. His forces are honestly pretty spread out right now, but still. If we could capture it, though, you know? I'm not really adding much to my offensive forces right now. All the money's going into the rear, the defensive forces, so we'll see as we go. This is the last war factory until we get to the capital, so if any reinforcements come, they're coming from here. The things I make can usually move at least 2 spaces, so they can get up to Blackmoor pretty quickly. So, and they might need to. Naval stuff is just going to be that much more money, so, we'll see. Still really uncertain about these taverns. Like, where we could fit them. Because, again, on this map, these places just make so much money. I feel like I should change my standards almost. Which would involve getting rid of these 2 gold mines, replacing them with taverns with how they are right now, anyway. I paid for this one already, but we could do it. There's just so many other good places for a gold mine anyway. We could start here, though, without tearing anything else up. Especially, like, with all the dwarf opinion, it only makes 3. Yeah, that's not very good at all. We can't afford that right now, though, so. Just save the game on Campagni, and... It's only turn 39. Man, I saw someone get here at turn, like, 87, man. I don't even know how you take that long. You have to be, like, wiping the entire map. Which I certainly do not do. Especially here, I'm not doing that. I think we already took care of everything on the ship. We did. Alright, so then let's end our turn. Built a parliament. He's building so much of his stuff over on these islands and these other, like, continents. He's not building it here where I'm actually attacking him and blazing through his defenses. And the borders, too, help with entrenchment. Although, when he has these sea units on our borders, he's hurting our entrenchment. But I don't have the money to deal with that right now. Alright, we got very good odds, 91%. He's got like 15. I could pay a general for a little bit more. But 91's already so good, and again, a lot of this stuff is throwaway. So we'll just do a normal auto-resolve with the Imperial Army ready up. Lost a trooper. Lost another trooper. Yeah, troopers are throwaway units. It doesn't really matter. For the death of 3 troopers, we slaughtered all of them, including their entrenched units. That's a really easy price to pay. Really good. Cult of Crazies lavished with leniency. They deserve death, not diplomacy, claims outraged Yoriks. Emperor opens door for Imp World dominance. Soon they'll outnumber us all. Emperor mismanaging troops, soldiers told to be pillaging Arabia's... This keeps popping up. Emperor beaten at his own game, invests in anti-fear spells. What? The dwarves love me, man. Nobody's up front today. No events today? Oh, okay. Maybe we're running out. Well, right to the board then. So how we handle this is obvious, I think. We're going to go ahead and attack this immediately. 90%. And this now makes 4, yeah. The opinion affects a lot. It really does. It really does. It really, really does. We haven't built anything here either. This is a good place for a gold mine. Like these, maybe not. I think I'll uproot these. I'm gonna uproot these. We can min-max this a little bit better. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. So let's see. 2 Devastators. 3 Bomber Balloons. Don't take the longest way possible, please. Alright, let's just move the Warlocks. The Shamans. The 3 Troopers. The 4 Grenadiers. We need more frontline land units for these guys at this point. But we have 4 Grenadiers over here. And 2 more Warlocks, 2 more Troopers, 2 more Shamans. They can't get any further, so they're just going to go right there for now. Alright, 3 Zeppelins, 3 Bombers, and the 6 Fighters. We got a lot of fighters here. That ups our chance to win quite a bit. We really do need more of a front line, though, but we'll see how that goes, I guess. I'm gonna move the 2 of the armors over here as a defense here. Yeah, okay. And then, 2 of the hunters. 2 armors, 2 hunters, build them here to replace what I just spent. And a gold mine built here would be way more profitable, because the income's higher, even with pretty not that great opinion from the lizards anyway. But these places aren't actually that great, even with higher opinion from the imps. So I'm thinking we just put some taverns on these, because we could use some more merc cards. There you go. I am now completely out of money. That took all my money. Well, good thing I don't think I really needed to move anything anywhere. I don't know, visually organize things for myself. Yeah, this looks good to me. We're surrounded on all sides by naval forces, but it's not that much of a problem, really. And air forces, I guess. Still, not that much of a problem. It might be holding back our entrenchment. We have 30% motivation, so I feel like they haven't been really getting rid of that, but maybe that's where it's coming from to begin with. I don't know. Still, I think we're doing well. After this falls, we'll actually probably take a turn to unify all the new troops. Might be a good time to reinforce the front with some new units as well. Including, like, maybe the hunters and armors that I just moved here, quite frankly. They weren't intended for that, but they could. They could. I have no money left. I'm not well, I am expecting 1 battle, actually, but still. Enter. We got some new taverns up, and we made a new gold mine. It's twice as productive as the 2 I got rid of, so it literally just replaced them. And that's what I mean with, like, the efficiency of some of these gold mines. Because every new gold mine is more expensive to make as well, so might as well try to readjust my standards. Alright. 100% chance. I don't need to pay a general for this shit. Imperial Army auto-resolve. We're just attacking so many things fully entrenched. It's not the smartest, but it's working. Yeah, look, the fucking Devastators and the Jugs get such, like... According to this, the Devastators did all the work. Which is weird. Maybe I should buy more Devastators for that army. And we have some armor and Devastator mercs. Nice.
So, I see old Edmund is head over heels in love with a saucy bit of elven skirt. Never would have thought he'd get his little tail stirring over one of her kind.
That's development.
Dear me, Commander. But I do believe one of your generals is smitten with an elf girl of the highest nobility. That means it's either Henry, who's intolerable, or Edmund, who's insufferable. I can only hope she'll soon come to her senses.
Oh god. It's Edmund, who's a lizard.
May my mind forgive my heart, Commander, for it has poisoned it with honeyed venom, with that sweetest of all toxins, love. A part of me is nauseated for even uttering so saccharine a sentence, but I cannot help myself, as I have been enchanted by the super-earthly elegance of an elven belle. Her name, Elizabetha. Oh,
wow.
Dulcet set of syllables, the most beautiful damsel of woman born. Blessed be I, for she loves me too. There is but one obstacle in our course toward ultimate happiness, the most classic of lovers' impediments. Her father, Lord Larodshire. May the plague beset his person.
Yeah, I'm guessing the elves wouldn't like this.
The lout detests me almost as much as I detest him. Already he has gone too far by calling me a swamper, the ultimate insult to us lizards. But this elf lord will be a hindrance no longer, for I intend to challenge him to a duel and be done with him.
I thought the ultimate insult was your grandmother was an orc. Because of that earlier event. Killing a girl's father in a duel will hardly do wonders for your relationship. Why not let the insult slide and show him you're above such pettiness? But yeah, like, that's actually smarter.
Under normal circumstances, I'd dismiss your advice as a showing of weakness. But reason insists you're right. I'll abide by his scurrilous manners for Elizabetha's sake, even if it takes all my force of will not to slice him open and eat his liver raw.
Damn.
I'd have a word with Edmund if I were you, Commander. I've heard him muttering about a duel, and those are never a good idea. If he kills someone of import, the Council will cry havoc.
Oh, he's up front. I was like, where's my other guy? He's up front. Research. Mass restoration. Berserker roar. None of this research matters anymore. To the map! Am I gonna do a single dragon fight today? I feel like I'm not. Alright. We're not gonna push an attack this turn, probably. We're just gonna unify our army up here. Is what we're really gonna do. It's gotta get unified. Ooh, we need, actually... We need new defenses over here as well. There you go. I need to simultaneously, like, bolster the front line a little bit, as do I need to do other things. So, let's see. Armor, hunter, fighter, and let's get some more devastators. 2 more devastators. That's a lot of money, but it'll help. And then I think these 2 hunters and the armor will advance with this force as well, but next turn, not this turn. Gives me more chance to, get rid of the defenses here, of which there are not many, to be honest. I could advance with a small force, and it would work. He doesn't have much he could really counter with. Oh wait, was there already 2 more devastators following? There was. Do we have any devastators in this front part? Oh wait, no. They're from the... They just have a further movement speed, that's right. Well, if I send the armor and the hunter with them, I mean, this could actually probably go pretty well, all things considered. This wouldn't have a lot of fighter coverage. Oh, they could, actually. Let's not forget. There's 6 of them here. 3... Okay, you know what? We can advance. We might want to hold right here, though, but just before the capital. At some point we'll want to hold to let everything catch up proper before the capital. Certainly. Send the hunters and the armor too. There's a tavern on this location. It's an okay location for a tavern. There's like literally, there's nothing here except a shaman. So it's not really that problematic. But we'll definitely need to give it some time to have everybody link up next turn. Not this turn, but next turn at the very least. I have 35 money remaining. It's nice to have any money remaining at all. But that's... Okay, that's not really enough to build anything. Tavern and gold mines, very expensive. Gold mines are actually cheaper now. We don't have enough money to build one. But we shouldn't need one. We're getting real close to his capital. The extra turn to peel away at some of the entrenchment would be good. Campagni, and... should be good for an end turn. I'm just on a gigantic auto-resolve blitzkrieg. I feel like I'm playing Total War right now. He's got all this navy stuff, all this air stuff floating around, but I'm not really even challenging it. Still taking one thing of his roughly every turn. Almost every turn. We do need to play some catch-up this upcoming turn, though. Alright, new battle, but yeah, he didn't move anything else, so this is an easy win. Dead. Easy. He was entrenched, so there was a little bit more shamans. Oh, shamans, not even bombers. Even easier. Yeah, so this is just mine now. Thanks. Another tavern will be helpful. Swamper swoons for Elven Bell. Emperor denies him duel after insult. The old fuel system versus new empire. Journalist dissemination. How does he do it? Wizards try to explain dragons' healing powers in layman's terms. Oh god, the undead are the least happy with me, but everyone generally loves me. Some more Devastator mercs. Tier 4. Nice, some Zeppelin mercs.
Edmund surprised us all, Commander. If he could win the approval and even friendship of surly Lord Laredshire, he must have behaved. Behaved like an elf. Quite wonderful, if a little disturbing.
See, I knew it would end well.
Commander, you didn't follow our plans in regard to the smokestick as far as we would have liked. But let bygones be bygones.
Another special dwarf event.
Let us focus on the important matter of blue.
That means everyone else is going to hate it.
Water. This latest dwarven invention is
blue sugar water
by storm, but no sooner did others perceive
soda
this than cheap knockoffs started to flood the market. This is intolerable. We want to protect this drink as a dwarven intellectual property right so that we alone may produce the famed blue sugar water. I promise you this will bode well for your treasury too.
I've seen the effect of this sugar water.
Yeah, it's soda, dude. It's just soda.
Children go all hyper. They play and jump about almost like imps, no less. Most improper. They should be silent and subdued so as to show their constant reverence for the Seven. No, I say to sugar water. Never mind its color.
Commander, whether it be red, blue, green, or quite colorless, everyone should be allowed to manufacture sugar water. The dwarves cry bloody murder because a bit of rivalry will force them to charge reasonable amounts instead of truly ridiculous sums.
Commander, this is nothing more than a painfully transparent attempt by Falstaff to create a monopoly so he can keep the prices of his awful beverage artificially inflated. Let's not fall for his scheme, shall we?
What did the last one do? Where's the smoke sticks? This. Yeah, it increased research, lowered gold income. I take a lot of things that lower my gold income, and this is gonna be another one of them probably, because the dwarves love me. I could do with making everybody else happy quite well.
Falstaff is correct in that imps love their blue sugar water, but it's quite expensive, and our apple blue sea green variant is mighty cheap. You wouldn't deprive an honest imp of his sugar water, would you, Commander?
I want everybody else to like me more, so ban cheap copies of branded products? No.
God's darn it, Commander. You haven't an inkling of business sense in you. With all the competition about, we'll have to lower our prices. You can kiss a royal profit margin goodbye.
Yeah, well.
Good. I'm still not happy about this devilish drink, but the dwarves would have turned it into a giant enterprise. And that plan at least has been foiled.
I don't know why this makes you happy. If it's cheaper, it's more accessible.
Very good.
You didn't like it to begin
A
with.
healthy economy thrives on a free market, rather than a dwarven-dominated one.
True.
Lovely, Commander. I care little enough for sugar water, to be honest. But sometimes the day is not complete until one has seen a disappointed dwarf.
Wow.
Haha, good show, Commander. We'll produce sugar water so cheaply, the dwarves won't have a choice but to follow suit. And just to pester them, we'll make a variant in every color of the rainbow.
Oh my god, imps.
You'll be glad to know, Commander, that I followed your advice. Despite the tactless treatment I received from Lord Larodshire, I was the very picture of gallantry at a dinner thrown in my honor by darling Elizabetha, during which I amazed them all by my command of elf etiquette in the ancient tongue.
Oh, nice.
As the evening drew to a close and the ladies retired to the music room, the Lord poured me a brandy and apologized for his ill-chosen words uttered during previous occasions. I'm now quite at home when I visit the estate, enwrapped in a friendly warmth, weirdly welcomed by my cold-blooded self. Thus, I am the one most amazed, for never would I have thought myself capable of enjoying the company of others, let alone non-lizards. Love conquers all, if you'll forgive the platitude.
I went to have a word
All
with
right,
Elizabeth,
good ending.
wanting to warn her about Edmund, and indeed all men. But from what I hear, he's
Oh
been
my
quite
God.
a gentleman. Always have I regarded that word to be a contradiction in terms, but Edmund is trying hard to prove me wrong.
Right, you're even more of a hypocrite.
Our victory.
Can you get off my ship?
You're like
I hate you. Dragon research, reaching fire, and to the map. Now this time we will not be attacking this turn. There will be no attacks. We're gonna let all of our slower units catch up to the main force while we get rid of a little bit more of the defenses here. It's 20% per turn. We'll get it down to 60 at the very least. It means nothing's defending here now. So therefore, oh yeah, I got some more devastators for the main force as well. Armor, fighter, hunters. Gotta replace those now. 2 hunters, 2 armor, 1 fighter. Hardly know her. Okay. We're gonna need to replace that here too, but that'll just come next turn. Or something. If it'll even be enough. I mean, look at all this. It's a lot of stuff here. Huh. I question if I should go for this first, but we just need to take the capital and then hold it for 1 turn, and then we just win. So if we like lose this location, it's really no big deal. I have 90 money right now. Putting a gold mine here seems a good idea. Oh wait. There's already a tavern here. This is a terrible location for a tavern. Get rid of it. Oh, no cards. Build building. Gold mine. There you go. I have 50 money. This only makes 4 even at 90% opinion. That's kind of crazy. We have 2 taverns I built back here. This could use a tavern, maybe. Maybe this as well. I don't know yet. This has a tavern, but it would really be better as a gold mine. Realistically. I think I won't build anything right now. I'll save the money. I'll save the money. Campagni. And not very eventful, but functional. Functional, I'd say. End turn. Increase population. But why? That's useful for, like, building, I guess. No, it's not. It's useful for battles, and that's it. For 1 turn, only do that if you're expecting an attack, right? I could maybe use cards to help this next movement. A lot of his troops are just on the other continent. I'm not really going there. Blue Sugar Water no longer Dwarven exclusive. Now them Azure bastards of lizards will simply sell their piss, Sir Silvervein was quoted as saying. Swamp or insult to remain unrevenged. Edmund no more than gutless gecko, comments anonymous fellow general. Gee, I wonder which one. Insult to injury. New dragon magic to counter enemy armor. Dwarves aren't very happy with my decisions, but bro, everybody loves me now, dude. More mercs. That's good. And motivation up. Gold less. Yeah, I keep picking the things that hurt my gold income, but we have enough gold income for it to not matter. Queen, I haven't spoken. Do you have anything new? No. You're pretty much done. Alright, next.
You find me in a reflective mood, Commander. The bottom of a wine glass can serve as a gypsy's crystal, you see. Gaze upon it long enough, and times long past come parading afore one's eyes. As you can imagine, I was an exceptionally gifted child that outranked his schoolmates to such a degree I started to shun them, for their imbecility insulted me. The academic world, too, quickly discovered and quickly discarded, had precious little to offer. Clueless they all were, professors and students alike, like flies bumping up against glass. No, it was in the army that I found my true calling, for the enemy I defeat on the battlefield is defeated forever. Those I outwit in combat die. Such is the triumph of intellect, and with each new victory my detest for all that is non-lizard grows. They call it bigotry. I call it logic. And yet things have come to pass aboard the Raven that shed new light on my views. A light that reveals they may have been somewhat distorted. I do believe I have mellowed to a degree, having seen sides of all the other creatures that actually show merit in their own
Because I picked all those options. I haven't seen so many of the other stories.
You're forcing my hand in directions contrary
I feel like I'm seeing like half of them at best. At best. Not even. Every wife has a different story.
To be honest, I don't know if I'll ever truly regard an elf or a dwarf as my equal. Yet no longer will I maintain their worth to be less than that of an owl's pellet, which perhaps is a first step in the right direction.
True.
Enough of this introspection, Commander. Let us fill our wine glasses anew.
What would you inquire?
Sup, Commander?
Yes.
Alright. Fair enough, dude. Charm. Sure. To the mat! The beginning of this music makes me think I'm in Imperial Realm. Alright, they got 60% entrenchment. I think I could take them. Maybe, we'll see. 2 hunters. Oh, God, don't go that way. 2 tanks. 8 grenadiers. 4 devastators. 5 troopers. 4 shamans. 4 warlocks. This is such a weird army. 3 zeppelins. 6 fighters. We have a really good chance to win. 3 bombers. And move these up as new defending units for here. There you go. And then replace what we've moved up. 1 fighter, 2 armor, 2 hunter. 94% chance to win before any cards come into effect. That seems pretty good. Any other defenses I need, I can build there when the time comes. This having a tavern is so weird. It's not a good place for a tavern. It's a good place for a gold mine. I'm gonna sell this. Build a gold mine here. Cost 50. I could build a tavern here. It would be fitting. I don't build anything except these 2 buildings, so I'll put a tavern there. We still have 32 money remaining. This seems good to me. Let's save on Campagni. These turns are getting more rapid in this act. This is the fight for the capital. It's kind of a big deal. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to do something that I didn't. It doesn't really matter. I was just going to limit some enemy movements. But it doesn't really matter. It might matter. We'll see. I keep forgetting to like play cards on enemies. Okay, he didn't move any of this anyway, so it's fine. 94% chance without doing anything. I might pay for Edmund though, just to be sure. He take the enemy's chances down another 3%. That's not amazing, but it can make sure as many of these live as possible because we're attacking a capital. We just need to hold this afterwards, so I'll pay for Edmund for this. It's a whole 30 money. We should only hopefully lose like some troopers. That seems to be what's happening. Yep. We lost 1 trooper. Easy. Got 147 tech for he's accumulated because he's maxed. No money. Emperor accused of war crimes in the latest victories. Okay, I've already read this. Psychologists say charm is a dragon's euphemism for fear. Okay. Edmund gained a level. Fearsome and defensive. Nice. Wish he had that a second ago, but okay.
Horror of horrors, Commander. Claudella, our foremost artist.
I think none of this matters, because I have the capital. They're not retaking it, so I'm pretty sure I won. But we'll just, you know, we'll give it time. I thought this, I thought this act would take me, like, all day. But it might be done in, like, the next 15 minutes. Which is weird.
Seven forgive us for having admired her so.
We'll see how this goes. Okay.
Once more, the undead are in an uproar over nothing, Commander. Now they are systematically tearing down the statues of their own foremost artist because she made the posthumous confession of being gay. What on earth moved her to do?
But she's undead.
But the results are tragic.
How can you be gay when you're undead?
Tell Yorick to calm his kin.
How can you be anything when you're undead?
Stand for such barbarism, whether the gods approve or not.
They're undead. None of this makes sense.
Remember I mentioned the artist Della Gecko a while ago, Commander? Brilliant. Gay. Well, I have another example. The undead sculptress Claudella, who sadly perished a short while ago because of some strange disease that sometimes plagues her kindred.
Uh-huh.
She was an artist of profound mastery, revered by every single one of the undead, but now that in her last will and testament she revealed to have had a long-standing physical relationship with a woman they always assumed to be her sister, the vermin are systematically destroying all her work.
She's an undead.
Beautiful bronzes, marvelous marbles, all are falling under the hypocrites' hammers. But you can do something about this, Commander. You can stop this madness. And if you won't, give me the order and I'll bash the skull of each vandal I meet.
Does it matter? I need the undead to like me anyway, so... Yeah, I'm not gonna create a diplomatic incident.
What? How on earth does a diplomatic incident compare to the wholesale annihilation of a monumental artist's work? For crying out loud, you must be off your bloody rocker!
Well, I mean, this is an empire, and I get bonuses for what they think of me. I don't get bonuses for statues that don't technically exist, so...
A battle is often...
What do I get from saving the statues? Absolutely nothing. But you know what I do need? Undead to like me more. And I get more bonuses of money and battle stuff, everything. I can just buy the rest of everything now with all that research I took. And we have no further need for research at this point. Now I could go on an offensive. But I won't. Because I think I win anyway. So I'm just going to sabotage his hunters here so he can't move them. Anything else he moves won't stand up to any defenses I have. I have 110 money just chilling. Don't know if I'm going to need it for anything, so I'm just going to hold on to it. Save under Campagni, because I feel like the game's about to end. Unless there's an attack, which, yep, there is. The game should be ending. I didn't build anything new. Oh, he's going after my capital too? He's just desperate attack. Desperate attack everywhere, dude. So desperate. Look at this. So much. That is a decent amount on the capital, I will say that. I have a lot of mercs though. Alright. This is an easy win. I don't even need a general for this. We're so entrenched as is somehow already. Just let the Imperial Army resolve this. Everything of his will die. You could tell he knows he's about to lose, because this is such a desperate all-out offensive. I don't have my own capital nearly as defended as this place. Yeah, no losses on his capital. Mine is going to be the interesting. Oh, he's attacked over here too. Yeah, this really is an all-out offensive. He's attacking everything he can. Another Imperial Army auto-resolve, because it's just a single balloon. There's more over here. Alright, so the capital, this is the most important place. He actually showed up here with quite a lot. He's deploying just about everything he can. So we're going to need, like, the best of the best stuff we have. 2 Juggernaut Mercs. Some Tier 4 Devastator Mercs. Ironclads. Also a General. By a long shot, Edmund is the best. I want to be absolutely certain with this fight, though. 3% for more Jugs. 4% for some Imp Fighters. And 2% for some armor. 2% for some Zeppelins. A lot more for more Imp Fighters. I'm going to throw everything I have at this, because this is the capital. Good luck, Edmund. I haven't fought a single dragon fight today. And I might not be fighting any at this point. I didn't think he'd go on such an all-out offensive like this, especially on my capital, but we have the Merc cards, we have the taverns, you know? Let's put him to work. Easy peasy, if you ask me. Yeah, no problem. We just lost a single hunter. That's no problem. Really no problem. And then up here is fine. Just Imperial Army auto-resolve it. This is some, like, mostly air units. And they're all dead. That was an all-out attack if I've ever seen one. Oh, there's more! Jesus, he attacked everywhere he could. Everywhere he could. But we won everywhere. And so I think we win? Victory, Dragon conquers Referral. Emperor allows destruction of ageless art for the sake of undead propaganda. From pillar to post, we never know where the pillars are, Army complains. Emperors collect them all attitude condemned. War is not childish competition, philosopher says. About time, Emperor announces magical spell that will aid his forces in battle. Dragon violates the enemy's faith as he cripples their troops.
Welcome back, Commander.
Oh boy.
One last time, let me welcome you back aboard the Raven. The Empire has been restored. Peace, briefly dethroned, follows in your wake. What 3 mighty men once set out to do, you have accomplished single-handedly. In the name of an entire world, in the name of delivered millions, I thank you. Long may our friendship last, and long may last your reign.
Where do we go from here?
Your wife and all her wisdom I have sent out to locate the best and most beauteous spot in Referral, where we will build your castle.
Shouldn't it be in a fortifiable location?
Capital we'll build around your castle. And an empire around that capital. An empire that will stand for 1,000 years.
I don't remember this empire in, like, any of the other Divinity games. So I wonder... As far as I remember, the original Sin games take place before all the other Divinity games except for this one. And I don't remember an empire in Original Sin. I don't remember the politics of Original Sin too much, because it's very much on a microcosm.
But for your blessed realm to remain standing so long, we must destroy every last bit of demon technology, including this majestical Raven. It is a sad thing indeed when such wonders need to be undone, but we cannot trust the nature of man, or any of the others. Soon these machines will be but figments of the imagination. Be like snippets of dreams that fade from memory.
This is just because the other Divinity games didn't have this tech.
Give the word.
But Original Sin didn't exist yet, so like excluding that.
To shape the world anew.
What about Corvus?
He has been finally defeated, Commander. So many of his aspects you have destroyed that he is now but a shell, bereft of all powers. When I dismantle the Raven, him I shall banish to the abyss he came from, and with him, the last remaining traces of that vile traitor, the Architect.
Is the Architect in him? I don't get it. Can I talk to everybody?
By all means, Commander. I'm certain they all wish to congratulate you on your victory.
Commander, the Seven have truly favored us all. Heathens wither in the throes of death as we tread by them victoriously. Glory be unto the...
I won this a lot faster than I thought. It's been 3 hours. The first hour and a half was finishing Act 2. I only spent an hour and a half on Act 3. Like, that Act 3 went as fast or faster than Act 1.
No mortal can, of course,
that's crazy.
truly mimic their magnificence, but the harder we try, the more we may find favor.
I was just so over-prepared for it.
I'm afraid
And I
what
didn't
favor
buff
you
Corvus
have
at all.
found does not quite live up to the expectations I had, but I'm contented in the knowledge that times of peace may just bring the faithful new challenges which we may overcome together. For peace, as you will be aware, so frightfully easily leads to vice. Besides, the Empire is but new. So many who stray have yet to be subjugated. Whatever your merits, Commander, much more can be done. Yes, indeed. After all, so say the hallowed 7 scriptures. The world shall never be perfect until all that stirs is bone.
Okay.
Praise
The imp is
be,
missing.
Commander.
Might be in the research
Referral
area.
has been saved, and her great green mother with her. Quite clearly, we have but one being to truly thank for this unexpected and inimitable feat, and that is you.
You know, the graphics of this game have really held up over 11 years, to be honest. Like, there's games that barely look better than this today.
As the freedom you have
It's got a nice
us
style.
put a greater responsibility on our shoulders in turn, on each and every one of the
What is the
civilized
undead
races.
doing?
We must earn back the very rights to happiness your liberation entitles us to.
Is he making fun of the elf?
I will remain a politician for certain, and I will continue to defend elven viewpoints valiantly, even though you have gone to incredible lengths already to ensure our ideals move beyond the stages of conception and enter the dimension of reality.
You only say that because you like me.
I foresee a bright future.
I guess this is
Commander.
based on how much they like you.
Yes.
And they all kind of like
I may
me.
have to
A
contend
decent
with
bit, at
dwarves
least.
and undead still,
Some really like me.
But that is no price to pay at all in return for the stability of peace. Thank you. May the spirits of nature guard your soul, and may their wisdom be your constant companion.
His right eye, his right eye, blinks more than his left eye. It's weird.
Commander, allow me to congratulate you. Not just from the bottom of my heart, but the deepest recess of my beard.
I still love how all of this has been
liver.
voice acted.
More affectionately and sincerely, I cannot be. We've come a long way, and along the road, dwarf and dragon have become the stoutest.
Yeah, the dwarves really
allies.
liked me, but I feel like I got them down to everybody else's level with these last couple decisions I made.
You, Commander, no, Emperor, will be a monarch to remember.
He was the first one to call me Emperor in the beginning.
Memory will wear out untold ages. Revelon is yours, one fair and square. So treat her well, for a mighty fine realm she is. But come, let's have a drink, you and I. We've earned it both. Today, no politics. Today, no war. Today, we raise our glass to Revelon and to the dragon who secured her freedom.
Hell yeah.
This moment has been so long in the making, Commander, that now the hour strikes, it seems almost unreal. And yet here we are.
This is so Dragon
The war
Age
is
style
over.
outro,
We have
dude.
won against unthinkable odds.
Like Origins, you talk to everybody at the end.
Unlike some, I know full well what this victory means. How important it is to enact what you and Maxo set out to do.
I hate all that aliasing in the
It's
background.
brave to revert time, as it were, and undo the miracles of magic that brought us victory. Only a handful would understand how uncommonly wise this is as well. Such wisdom requires a lizard's mind, I do believe, abounding with primordial profundity, or at least a lizard's vision. You do possess both to a degree, though perhaps not as much as I had hoped. Still, I do not mean to put you on the spot, dear dragon. What you have accomplished outshines the political tribulations we had. And who is to say we shan't find you more accommodating in the future? We are but on the cusp of your illustrious career. Of that I am certain.
Oh,
For I am
dwarf emote
convinced
reset.
that more than in the empire you won, your legacy will lie in the empire you will leave behind. It is my fondest desire. It will be a realm in which all lizards will reside in freedom and happiness.
Well, the world definitely gets fucked up in the future. We've seen that, but that's more of a microcosm thing most of the time.
Bulls, bulls, we've triumphed, Commander. After long last, we can say, game over, lads, the war is won. No cry rings quite so cheerily and chillingly in the ears of an old warhorse like me. Aye, for I may be a well-seasoned stallion, but I'll be damned if I'm ready to be put out to pasture. And how about you, then? Guess you've made your old man proud. His empire shattered like a stricken sheet of glass, but you've managed to puzzle it all back together. And a good job you did, too. Dragons, eh? They'll get the job done.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you've got a couple of 100 years ahead of you. Me, a couple of dozen with any luck. That's okay, though. I've pretty much accomplished what I wanted and more. Perhaps a bit too much. Cost me an eye and an arm. Believe me, I've had enough of overlords. Masters to be obeyed. I'll be my own man from here on out. A lone bounty hunter, perhaps. Yeah, that'd suit me just fine. Good then. That's settled. Now, let us drink. You didn't think I was gonna let you gallivant off without joining me in a toast, did you? Come on. Down the hatch. To us, Commander.
Hell yeah. Let's get the bitch out of the
Well
way.
then, Commander. Looks like it's all over. What seemed impossible
That
only a
damn-
relatively short while ago has been
The
made
damn
a
bar
reality.
lady.
Maxos was right all along. You, the dragon, were destined to redeem the realm. Alas, that in doing so, you yourself have found no redemption, no wisdom, no clarity. With all the grace of a bullock that mounts a cow, you have imposed and sustained the prejudices that all womankind must face. Those whom you should cherish and treasure above all, you haven't even shown a modicum of equality, let alone the reverence that is our due.
Have you considered that putting women in a position of power where they can be pedophiles without punishment is not equality, or enlightened, or wise, or anything you just said?
So enjoy your victory, Commander. Enjoy peace while it lasts. For in an empire so stifled by wayward ways, war is already waiting in the wings.
Can I just kill you?
You did it, Commander! We won! Do you realize what this means? We can go home, live lives of peace! Oh, Lord, I'm gonna be bored all day, aren't I? Oh, but I guess I shouldn't be so selfish. So many people have looked forward to this moment. So many soldiers long to go back to their sweethearts. Let this be a day of love! And if soon I fancy a brawl, I'll trip an orc in a tavern and say the sight of his spotty green ass made my foot twitch. That should get the party started.
Okay.
Ah, Commander. Everyone seems
Fucking
to be
Edmund,
rather
out of all these generals,
today.
Edmund and
Since our
Catherine got the
final
most
victory
development.
took them
I didn't
all
even
by
really see the
surprise.
other stories. I beat the game too quick.
Short-sighted simpletons. Bless them, eh? As though any endeavor that has my backing is not bound to prevail.
There's so many of the storylines didn't even really come up.
To be fair, though, I suppose this is
It's kinda
indeed a
random.
day to be merry.
But also the
Many
wives.
gave their utmost to safeguard the Empire. Many gave even their lives. So many proud lizards.
There wasn't really any aspect of
the others too.
putting armies together based off of different races, though, which was kind of sad. That could have been exploited pretty well.
Than the idea that is the realm.
Like, there could have been lizard units, there could have been, like, human units, there could have been other race units, you know, but there wasn't. There was only specific units, and just, they were generically filled in.
Still, the one thing that really matters, the one thing that will be remembered is that the dragon came, saw, and conquered. And there's an end to it. But anyway, enough banter.
This monocle
Good sherry
keeps
is
clipping
what I
through his
mean.
brow.
They brought in some new casks only yesterday, I do believe. So I live in good hopes I may yet have a sip of sherry worthy of its name before this ship is decommissioned, and we with it.
Yeah. Onwards.
There we bally well have it, don't we, my lord? I can't believe it's over. Indeed, I don't. No more tinkering, no more hammering, no more engineering. Oh, what a sad, sad day. Bitter misery. Then again, the raven stopped singing to me long ago. And the things she taught me were more precious than anything that rigid old sorcerer could come up with.
It was a demon.
Time for Grumio to pack it in. Time for my poor cousin Trinculo too. We'll have to invent new wonders all over again. Yes, that'd be good fun, actually. How about I join your court, my lord? Oh, the crafty contrivances I could fashion for you and your wife. Fountains that spout wine or beer on command. Fans that wave by themselves. You can kiss those smelly orc slaves goodbye. Oh, and carriages that stay cool inside even in the summer. Oh, we'll have us a blast, my lord.
So you want to make running water. You want to make ceiling fans, for example, and you want to make air conditioning. Great.
Buggering, bonking blunderbusses, Commander. You've done it. Not that I ever quite doubt.
Why are you in here, not with the other dignitaries?
My nephew Grumio's jetpack, but by golly, you sure gave us a show. Imps and dragons. You know, sometimes we see eye to eye, sometimes we stamp each other's toes, and when we do, mine's smart a tad more. But that's okay. We're chums, you and I, aren't we? No doubt about it. Oh, lordy, lordy, what an occasion this is. I feel like I should say something profound, but such is not the way of imps. All I can say is this.
It would be really cool if his hat had the real life time synchronized with your computer on it.
Please, 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 don't listen to that old goat of a Maxos and destroy all this technology. By every god that never was, these trinkets, these gadgets, these machines, they're so much fun. But they will be destroyed, won't they? Blimey, Commander. If that's not like a pigeon pooping right on your birthday cake the very moment you're about to take a great big bite.
Well then. You know, I've never looked in the background of this. I didn't realize that there was dudes walking around and like working. I don't even know what race those are supposed to be. I know this one's an imp. Hey, Corvus!
It is impossible. Impossible.
Forgot about you.
Been beaten. I who was so many, reduced to one. So much blood has been spilled, been lost. Not even Magia Sanguinis could tame your soul.
Who?
For one such as you, I can but stand in awe. Eternities of torment would I have made you suffer. And yet, in the servant I had foreseen, I find my undoer. May Maxos end me swiftly, for such shame sears my soul.
I love this voice actor, dude. The voice acting of this game is like one of the best things. Like, everybody has voice acting. The voice acting is so good.
Spoken with your companions,
The
Commander.
graphics hold up for 11
Ready
years.
to set in motion the realm's new destiny.
The gameplay could use some work, though.
Very well, Commander. In this end, let us find myriad new beginnings. Now dawns an age of peace. Now breaks in golden light the Pax Draconis.
When he, like, closes his eyelids, it's so obvious that his eyes are, like, aliasing. I can't. I get so distracted by little things like that. But hey!
And so it was that after long last, Sigurd's son, the prince they had called a bastard, became Emperor of Rivellon.
Hell yeah, baby!
Descended upon the battle-scarred realm, and each and every war machine was duly destroyed. No longer did demonic technology hold sway, and the world became one of harmony once more. Harmony between magic and nature. As for
It's like
Maxos,
original sin.
grateful his friend had
Which
secured
comes
his
next,
father's
chronologically.
legacy. He knew this would be the beginning of a new age. That of Dragon Knights.
Ooh. Neat. Continue. What does that do? I don't think that really does anything. Yeah,
Welcome back, Commander.
that doesn't do anything.
But soon these machines...
Okay, well, yeah. Well, that's it then. I beat the game. There's custom campaigns and skirmishes, and then that's about it. What the hell? Starts me out as a woman? Whatever. But that's it. We beat the game. With a lot of time to spare. I didn't think this would go so quickly. I thought this would take me the rest of the day, honestly. What does it say about it? How long to beat Divinity Dragon Commander? Yeah, I played this game shortly after it came out, I remember, and it didn't really click with me back then, but I beat the whole thing now. It could definitely have been better, but it was fun, and its production value for, you know, the storytelling was really high. Main story, 12 hours, main plus sides, 15 and a half. Well, I did like 11 hours yesterday, 3 hours today, main plus sides. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. So I guess that kind of adds up. Act 2 was the longest, it was the hardest. Maybe because I hadn't saved up gold by going crazy in Act 1, but I had enough gold for Act 3 and I just kind of blazed through. Worked out pretty well. Alright, I didn't do a whole lot of the RTS fighting. I did some, but it was mostly auto-resolves. Otherwise it would have taken even longer. Still, it was a fun game, but I guess I'll end today here and get some other work done. Tomorrow I hope to stream again, and I think I'm going to try streaming Undawn. But for now, have a good afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.